make sure we are going to have the PS5 is going to be brought back. I'm going to be working on that this week. As a matter of fact, this weekend, because the announcement, we will actually be able to use our Grant Cardone training for that. And that's going to be very, very important. So it's going to help us, go from the lead to the actual install, period. And y'all already know what we do works, and we're going to work it. So that's going to be important. So I want to let you guys know about the Grant Cardone, not the Grant Cardone, the PS5 that's going to be coming back. Uh, let's see here. All right. One thing I can tell you guys is this: I am extremely excited about, and this is just not one of the announcements, but Mrs. Bean and I were on the call on Friday, the CEO call, and we got a chance to take a look at the water deal. Guys, it's that water deal is going to be amazing for all of us. The water deal is not just going to be in the U.S. It's already going to be in a couple of countries. They already ship outside of the U.S. Australia is one of the countries. I think Canada is one of the countries, and I think he's checking on Mexico and Africa for me. And um, if not, we're trying to figure out if it's possible that we can. Mexico, I know for a fact we will be able to if we're not at this point. But I'm checking on Africa right now to make sure that Africa can be one of those things. That'd be my hope. That'd be my dream, because I know a lot of people in Africa who would love to introduce the finest water that they've ever had on the planet, to their continent and their countries. So that's going to be huge. But for me, as a matter of fact, I literally had a moment, and it was like when I went to Kenya, and obviously it's like don't drink the water, and I didn't. I actually brushed my teeth, and bad move. I ran out of bottled water, brushed my teeth, and throat locked up to the point where it locked up so bad I couldn't go to sleep that night. I can barely breathe, and I was terrified that I was not going to wake up if I went to sleep. That's just how bad it was. So one of the ladies I was presenting for over in Kenya, she took me to the hospital the next morning, and at the earliest point that she could, and they got me to the front of the line. It was so bad. That's how bad it was. They skipped me, skipped everybody there. So I know how important water is, to a person's body. And when you have, again, the best water out there, you can get it to people around the world. It's a major thing. And I know from firsthand experience, like we literally pay $100 to $105. Now, my wife told me that I don't know nothing about bills. I should stop talking about bills because telling people that we will be spending $35 a month on water was not it. It was about $105 a month on water. And so I'm like, okay. And so that's important. So again, that meeting went well yesterday. Got a tour of the actual facility virtually, and guys, we're in a really beautiful place, a very beautiful place. As a matter of fact, the price point was actually negotiated a whole lot lower, and so also with the shipping costs and stuff like that. So we even got a better deal. So that's going to be huge. But just wanted to kind of start the morning off with some good news. And Angel at about 8:30, let me know. Remind me to give the announcement, because then I'll give the announcements at that point in time. But what I want to do is this: I want to go ahead and today, guys. I want to make sure we recondition ourselves, because again, when it comes time to sharing your wins and kind of giving what won, what you learned this week. I want to make sure we say more or less. I want to make sure that we really get very, very effective. We're getting right to the point. And one of the things that I learned from the Grant Cardone program, and you guys will hear me reference this a lot, is nobody cares about your story. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about people in general. When you're out there and you're actually selling something, a lot of you guys talk about a lot of things that are irrelevant to the people, and by the time you get ready to talk about business, it's too late. And so if you ever notice, and a lot of network marketing companies, when they bring people up, like the lowest ranking people in the company, they bring them up, and you ever notice that they never ever give them the microphone? They always hold it right in front of their face, and it's because they don't know what to do with the microphone. They're not prepared, right? It's their time to shine. It's their time to talk. Everybody's watching me. And, it's one of those things that, again, when you have, let's say, 10 people come up to give a testimony at the end of the testimonial, and at the end of the presentation, and they say, give a 30-second, testimonial, what do people normally do? Man, I like to thank my sponsor. I like to thank my upline, and that meeting we did last week was fantastic. And you start talking about everything, and then man, I didn't even want to do this thing, and man, but I'm glad I did, because they told me to do a meeting, and in my first meeting, I didn't have nobody, and I just thought it was going to be it wasn't going to work, and boy, I tell you, I just listened. I kept on getting on the calls. And I end up, and next thing you know, 5 minutes later, right? And so, so you just had a 45-minute presentation, right? And it's supposed to be 3 minutes, no more than 5 minutes worth of testimonials, because everybody's going 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds times, 10 people is 3 minutes. So it should be no longer than 48 minutes if it's a 45-minute presentation. But what happens is this: you'll have uh, the first person who talks 5 minutes, right, to give their testimonial. The next nine give their testimonial, and they take 5 minutes as well. And so now you got a 45-minute presentation and 50 minutes worth of testimonials that basically everybody they end up there saying, y'all need to get started, y'all need to buy. Man, if you ain't getting started right now, if you ain't buying this solar, I don't know what's wrong with you. You got people buying it back. It's not a presentation. Matter of fact, it undoes everything that you actually plan on doing. Yeah, everything the presentation was supposed to do. Okay. And so it's the same exact thing, guys. When you're calling somebody about solar, get to it. You don't have a whole lot of time, right? You're in and off the phone. You want to do it. You want to have maybe a 2 to 3 minute conversation, and that's laden with again, urgency, value, and takeaway. Urgency. Hey, real quick. Hey, I gotta go. Hey, I got the kids. Or hey, I gotta clock back in. Or hey, I'm about whatever it is. But hey, make it urgent. Two, the value, right? Give the value. The reason why you're calling, what your intentions are, right? And I'm calling because, right? And you give the value, you give the intention, make sure that big claim is in it. Make sure, because your offer is going to come later, but make sure you got a big claim of something that you want to use to get their attention. So now you got the attention. Now you can ask for the appointment, right? Or the bill in this situation. Okay. And again, when it comes to it, you gotta have some bite, and you gotta make sure that you either get that bill or get that appointment or take it away. Okay. And so that takeaway, again, don't be afraid to call somebody and take it away. If you're not willing to take it away from a person, guys, don't call them. If you're not willing to stand on your own 2 feet and stand on business and be proud about what you got and have value for what you got, don't call them. All right. But if I'm calling you and I know for a fact I can save you 25 to 35% on your monthly bill, lock it in, and then get you all kind of benefits like, a 30% tax credit, a fixed bill that'll go away one day, right? Increase the value of your house, and then probably throw you a little something on the side, $500 to $1,000. And you can't be serious with me. You can't have a conversation with me, right? And you can't make a decision or whatever it is. I'm talking to the wrong person. I got to go, right? And so don't be afraid to take it back. Don't be afraid to take it away. All right. And so, but so I say that to say this. Let's get in. Let's get some reflections. Let's get in and let's talk about some numbers. Let's talk about what happened this week. If you got your 8-point accountability, that's what you want to talk about. That's great. You want to talk about your what you learned this week. That's great. But let's do it in about 30 seconds. Let's see what we got. All right, Carla, you're first. Hands up. Let's go.
Great morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Bean. And what I wanted to reflect on is actually on Thursday's calling party. I was on my commute. I was listening to everyone who was making their presentations. When I got home, I was able to make a few calls. I learned some valuable lessons and some coaching from you, and I want to thank you for that. Appreciate it. I hope that was less than 30 seconds.
It was. Now I get a chance to ask you a question. See, this is what happens when you do that. Now I get a chance to ask questions. So what was one of the biggest negatives that that you either got, or what was so impactful? What was it? The energy? Was it the call? What did you like about the call, that made you go home and go to work?
It was the energy, really, of the call itself. It was listening to hearing you, navigate how to even talk to people that you have influence with, and also the results that others share. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. And see, that's how effective this thing is, and that's how effective we want to be. And so now what I want to do is I want to pick on Angel as you sipping your coffee. Come on.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Um, my week has been really great. I had 293 as of our last accountability group meeting, about 48 a day. I'm still, as I share with you, my day is with mostly doing my pipeline, which is going to at least one networking event, and then and then booking out now four presentations a day. So it's been really busy. And the great thing is I went to an event yesterday, and one of the ladies was like, "Yeah, I met you at the other event." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry, I'm still going through my list." And she's like, and I was like, "How long ago was that?" She was like, 3 weeks. So I'm 3 weeks behind on calling people. Yes. I still have a lot of people to call. I love that because that means I'm never going to run out of people to talk to.
And it also means that you will never ever look needy. You'll never ever be in a begging state. You never ever do business on your knees, guys. And that's the thing. That's the thing about having a list. When you have a really big list and you intend on calling everybody, you don't have time to play with people. And people can feel it when you have options. Man, you think somebody who, that has options is going to put up with any of your messages. It's just like a relationship. If you got somebody who's, this is how you approaching me. Really, this is how you hit on me. That's first of all, stay my name. You know what I mean? So next, right? And then this whatever it is, when you got options, right? Basically you have posture. When you have posture, you have presence. And you have presence, you have people's position to get the information, want the information, fighting for the information, or fighting for the access. Okay? And so that's where your power comes from. Having them numbers, spend them numbers. Appreciate changing. Uh, yeah, I got Aegis on. Come on, Aegis, give me a little bit. What you got this week?
Yep, biggest takeaway from this week is persistence. I know as we spoke, there was a deal I was working on. It took longer than expected, but we persisted through, got it done, and looking for more next week.
Awesome. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see here. Now give me a comment or two from somebody who was actually on the callathon, on the calling party. Who was on the calling party, like to share what the impact was, or if you got some results from the calling party. All right, Dr. George, and then we'll have coffee.
Good morning. My lesson this week is the power of sleep, since I've been averaging about 3 hours per night. So, so that was my lesson for this week. But actually, no, my lesson for this week is actually the power of the system. I was on the call, and from that call, I booked 2 appointments. And actually, I was only on there for an hour, and it was a 2 hour call. And I actually booked 2 appointments, one with a realtor and one with a homeowner. So I'm excited about that. And I also had someone on the call who was also making calls and had some results. Secondly, the power of the system. The JC covered on Monday, and I know I'm going longer than 30 seconds. So JC covered on Monday the power of the system. And then I went and I held individuals accountable based on their goals to the 8 point system. And that actually initiated those individuals making more calls themselves and putting themselves out there so that they can continue to build their businesses. That's what I learned this week.
That's awesome. And let me share something with you. When you actually have stuff to say and you're going through your numbers and you're going through that's okay. 60 seconds is good because you're bringing content, you're getting directly to it. You got stuff to talk about. Like when Angie talking about her numbers, how you averaging 40, how you averaging 40 numbers, 40 points a day. What I mean? What are you doing? How many follow-up calls you say you're doing? How many, you're listening to, but she's got something to say for 60 seconds that can actually help. That's a part of the system, right? Adding value. It's not fluff. It's not any filibustering. It's not wasting people's time. It's not, how painful it is. And some of y'all see this a lot. So you see this a lot when people are doing presentations and they don't get right to it. They don't jump right into the presentation and they're talking and it's real casual, and it's real unprofessional. And it's like somebody's scratching the chalkboard or somebody's grinding their teeth. It's something real irritating. It's the same thing when you're here talking about nothing. People are opening up their Saturday morning, coming in to get some good stuff, and boom. But you're talking about the system. You know, you were actually one of the people who showed up and performed on the calling party. You actually got appointments right in front of everybody, right? And you actually even let people listen to some of your appointments. And then you talked about JC and what JC talked about and how that helps you. So that's extreme value. All right. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Kofi.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Bean, everybody. Definitely the calling party was super amazing. Got several calls done, got some three-ways in, actually went ahead and signed up to get a VA to go ahead and push forward with being aggressive with making these phone calls and getting that set up. So it was very, very productive. I love call parties. I wish we could do it like 3 or 4 times a week because it helps me to stay motivated, especially with cold calling, because cold calling can pull out of you. But it was exciting to be able to do that and then have those several three-way call conversations and pushing people to the next level. So it was really, really awesome to be able to do that. And then we had an 8-figure income earner that was on with you as well as a result of those conversations. So super, super excited about everything that's happening with the company. And lastly, just recalling, I've been rolling with Mr. Bean for about 10 years. We were in different communities, but the same organization. And one thing I can say about him is that he's taught us how to stay plugged into the system, do not deviate from the system. And that is how I got my latest builder, is because of that, just plugging them into the system, not deviating in any regard, because I cannot duplicate what I don't understand. So getting people plugged into the system, making sure that they understand how to apply the system, and just keep them pushing forward from there. That has been super, super productive. My person is at work right now. That's why they're not on here, but they've been on every single call since they got started, same as myself. So I just really appreciate that. So thank you so much for that, Coach.
I appreciate you. And yeah, you fired off some stuff, good stuff. Calling parties. First of all, your squad, I know you guys were synonymous in the last company we were in together. And when I say synonymous, I'm talking about once a week on Sunday nights, if I'm not mistaken, y'all did upgrade parties. Like every Sunday night, y'all actually did an upgrade party. And so that's something that I actually took from y'all's team back in the day. The other thing is this, you mentioned the 8-figure three-way, right? What did you learn from that three-way phone call?
To edify them a different way than I edify other people, without making them seem like they're the person. So just being respectful of who they are, the actual success they've had in the industry, without taking away from who you are as the leader that they're connected to for this company. So making certain that I did the proper way of edification for them and yourself. So I actually looked it up because I remember we did that years ago when you were talking about don't be intimidated by somebody who seems like they've done something, but they haven't done something here. So when you used to say that, I was like, what does he mean by done something here? Well, they haven't had success in this particular business. They may have had success elsewhere. And so the guy also had a level of respect for me because he knows that I have done, had teams that did $30,000 a month in sales as well. So he had a level of respect for me as well. So it was very interesting to do that call without taking away from you, but being able to edify him properly as well.
Mm-hmm. That's good. No, I appreciate the feedback you gave me after the call was over with. And so, matter of fact, if you can share that with them, because I want to talk about the three-way for half a second once you finish. What did he say about the call after the call was over with?
He literally picked up the phone and called me like immediately. And he was like, I appreciate Mr. being who he is and being so forthcoming and very transparent. He was like, I got so much respect for him. I've never met him, didn't even cross paths with him at any point in the industry. And I'm just honored to have been in his presence. And so he was super excited about that. And then he talked about the NDA. I know you'll be able to elaborate on that because he's building an organization. He can't come over and build with us, and his name cannot be mentioned at all. So when you said that, he was like, oh, the minute I find somebody, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to pull that trigger for sure, because I really appreciate the fact that he's willing to do that for me without causing me to lose the success that I'm having where I'm at. So he was excited about that.
And so I appreciate you. And like you said, we did a lot of three ways, and that's something that you have, I look forward to doing with you because I get better every time I do one. And your people also, they're learning how to do a three way and why to do a three way as they're getting started. So they'll always go back to you and do the three way once they get enrolled. So appreciate you and the contribution that you this morning. And guys, when it comes to the three ways, and I brought this one up because a lot of us, we when we talk to people, what we're thinking about is our income goals, or what we're thinking about, like you say, one of my mentors says commission breath. Yeah, you're talking to people with commission breath, right? And then you're talking about, also people rescuing you, saving your life, being the biggest builder in your team because they have, like she said, the guys earn 8 figures in industry network marketing. So what most people would do is they would get in right away and they would go to work right away on recruiting that person, even though the person already said they can't be out front. And instead of me saying, man, you can make way more money, I know for a fact he'll make way more money over here than he would over there. But that's none of my business. That's his business, right? That's his choice. I respect his choice, right? And so, but then when she told me that before he and I met, I actually said, hey, look, the people who I do business with who are big network marketers like yourself, who don't want to have the name of multiple companies, what I do is this: for those who don't know me like you, I'll be willing to sign an NDA, and that to make sure that I'm not going to drop your name to entice anybody to get started here. I just want to make sure you're comfortable, make sure you know that whoever you bring over here, we'll enroll them on we'll do the deal and the install on your behalf. The system is transparent, so you'll know how much money is coming to you. And the people who you actually refer to us, they won't even know you're in the company because they basically, once the deal is handed off, it's going to be, between them and that mentor. So the company's going to alert you, you'll get paid, and you'll have your position. Now, if any of those people choose to get started, we're going to enroll them under you, but we still won't tell them that they're joining you. Right. And so, and that's part of the thing that I want to make sure is you got to put yourself in the other person's, shoes. So when you're talking to these people who you want them to install, okay, you got to put yourself in their shoes, right? Why would they buy at this point in time? What is it, or what would keep them from buying? Whatever it is, figure it out. As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys can also figure out a whole lot about a lot of either your approach about the people that you're approaching based on the responses that you're getting. Okay. And so again, there's not enough reflection being done at the same time. So but Coffee, like I said, the three ways, guys, keep on doing the three ways. The people who are doing the three ways, they're getting more enrollments. The people who are doing three ways, they're getting people joining at builders packs, not affiliate packs. The people who are doing three ways, again, their people are more plugged into the system and leadership, right? You don't have to go and chase them down for every call, right? That's what third party credibility does, because what happens is now when let's say I bring Victoria to the to the table, and I'm doing a three way with Idris, okay, who's our actual sponsor. But I'm saying, hey, and this is the thing about the three ways, guys. I want to make sure that I preface, we like to be edified before we get on the phone, not after, not during. It embarrasses us. It embarrasses everybody. As a matter of fact, it makes it look like to the other person that this is all trumped up, that this is fake, it's just a facade, whatever it is, it's just like you just doing this for show. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I'm gonna talk to Victoria this before I even set the three up. Hey, look, she's already told me what she liked, and basically what she said hadn't made her decision yet. So I'm saying, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay. I got started in solo because Mr. Locker's been in solo for 7 or 8 years. He's the king of New York. You know what I'm saying? And so we talk about cold-blooded, he's cold-blooded. And so he can answer every question, that you have. He can give you all the insight on the installer, which is the most important part of the equation when it comes to customer satisfaction and longevity of being in business. He can literally show you how to get the biggest of commissions without gouging, our customers. And so give me a moment, because I want to see if he's available because he is busy. But I just want to introduce you. Okay. Don't worry about it. He's not going to be, twisting your arm and trying to get you to get started. He just told me that if I found some sharp people, that or have a little bit of interest in this thing, and that are professional. He just like to say hello and meet them. And so I've done my edification at that point, right? I've nailed the edification. So now when I get on the phone, with Mr. Locke, he knows I'm calling. And so because I sent him a text message, I told him about Victoria. And so I'm gonna get on the line. Mr. Locke, Sam being here. Do you have a quick second? Yes, great. I just want to introduce you to a young lady from South Africa. And her name is Victoria. She's connected in solar out in South Africa. And I just want to. She liked the presentation, and what she liked best about the presentation is that she gives an opportunity to help the people in our country and the economy in our country. And then I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey, Victoria, Mr. Lanka, Victoria, okay, and then I'm gonna put myself on mute. And so at that point in time, what's going to happen is Mr. Locker is going to go in and he's going to validate what what she likes, two, what she saw, right? He's going to answer any questions that she may have. And then, or he's going to give some advice, on what he would suggest that she do. Okay. And so part of that advice is going to be like, hey, look, if I were you, get yourself positioned. Sam Bean has been plugged in everything that we do. He don't miss a call. He's on point. He's on purpose. He's one of the rising stars of the company. And you stay very, very close to him because he and I communicate daily. And I always like to hear about people who are doing their thing. So I would suggest you go ahead and get yourself positioned at the Builders Pack. That way you get a chance to take advantage of all the memberships and stuff like that. And then, plug in him. But if I knew there was a way, that would help you, fast track your results, would you want me to tell you? Yes. Okay. Well, on Monday night, it's Saturday today, but on Monday night, we have what we call our Millionaire Mentorship Call. We do it every Monday night. Because again, for people who want to make a multiple six-figure income, per year or even a month, you have to have a shift in mindset. Right? And so we make sure that people, not just make money. We know that we want to make sure they know what to do to attract money, how to sustain it, and how to scale it. And that's kind of how we work on the whole overall person every week. So I look forward to seeing you on Monday night. Welcome to the family. And if there's anything that you need, Sam Bean has my phone number. He can put you on three-way with me, and we'll make sure we get you taken care of. And then, and what Idris will say at the end of the call, say, hey, Sam, glad we had this conversation. If she needs anything, you know how to reach me. And as a matter of fact, if she can put a list of things together, we may even be able to do a lunch call for her. It's just like a little bit of added value on the back end. So, but keep in mind, that's what we do. That's not manipulation. That's not stage talk. That's exactly what we do, right? We just package it as an offer, okay, as an incentive, as a bonus, as something that other people and other companies and other groups don't do, right? And so that three-way is very, very important. But again, make sure you do the edification before. Make sure you talk up the leader before, right? That way it don't feel contrived. As a matter of fact, when Kofi did it, because again, they did edify differently in the system that they were in. And so it was all edification. But for those of you who were on the actual call, y'all heard how grand her edification was, right? Now you take that edification that she did during that call when she got me on when we were on live, and then you take that and do it beforehand, right? What the young lady who she put me on the phone with couldn't say is, I heard a lot of great things about you. Okay. And so a person should be able to hear those things about your leader or the person who's helping you. Well, you did it before too, but when you did it on the phone, I want them to know, So yeah, so when you do it beforehand, they can say, man, I've heard a lot about you, great accomplishments, whatever it is, and look forward to working with you, or look forward to learning from you, look forward to hearing or get these questions answered from you, whatever it is, make that person walk on water before that call, and then you just turn it over. Boom. Want to get out of the way. Because now what you're saying is, Mr. Taylor's time is very, very important. I want to make sure I get in and get out of here and get y'all back to your day, because remember, it's not a presentation. It's not a convincing session. This is only, me introducing you to him. and then the leader knows what to do after that. All right. So let's get really efficient on those 3 ways, on those lifelines, and let's get in, get out. Okay.
Hi, Mr. Bean. Just wanted to let you know it's 8:30. You wanted me to
Okay,
remind you.
perfect. All right, perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with I got 4 more to go. As soon as I get these last 4 guys, we'll shift. And thanks, Angel. And I'll give you guys the announcement. All right, Sarah George.
Hey, I'll be really quick this time. But my takeaway was even if you get like a no to solar, go for the prospect. Because in the last company that I was in with network marketing, they said go for the recruit, get the sale. So this was the first time at a door this week where someone who's very oppositive to solar was like, no, I don't want solar. And then he ended up giving me the number of his brother who's a roofer so that his brother can make money as a builder. So yeah, that was my takeaway.
Man, that's awesome. That's big value, right? The in and out. Appreciate you. And again, appreciate you supporting the calling party of there as well. All right, we have all right, Philip, in and out.
Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. Mr. Bean. Yeah. So what I got, the takeaway I got here is basically persistence, consistency, yay, nay. I gotta go. Not wasting anyone's time. I really enjoyed the call. I enjoyed seeing everybody there. We all were making our calls, and as soon as I got off the phone the next day, was at work as always, and had some conversation. Got this lady's information. Her husband, they're in California, and she said they may want to go solar, but she was just she saw that I was compassionate about. She was telling me how her son had on top, had some like he had he had some she was telling us some special information about like what happened in her life, and I was just listening, and and then I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." I was like, "Well, I'm glad you handled that well." And she gave me information. I sent her the email. She said she's going to talk to her husband about it, and then after I got a phone with her, another technician before I left for the day, I signed him right on up. I didn't waste it. I said, I know you got solar already. He has solar, and he said, but I said, if you want to, make some extra money, I just wanted to give you some information. He signed right up. I didn't waste. I didn't show that I was desperate. I just said, here's my link. If you want to sign up now, I know you're at work, but I believe in long-term partnerships, and that's what my company believes in, and I'm partnering with, and I want to continue this conversation. He signed right on up, and I'm going to contact him and start getting him in the system. So he's another affiliate. I hadn't got any builders yet, but I'm learning persistently. Just keep doing it, and I'll get better at it.
And that's what you do. Show up every day. That's the most important thing. When you talk, one of the things I appreciated, one, when you were on the calling party, one, you were making phone calls. Two, you were getting advice and you was applying it. Okay. Three, I'm happy that you actually are now getting straight to those or getting straight to it, asking for the business when it comes to the people who you talk to, get that link to them right away, get them signed up right away. And so when you actually have people who, let's say people who are on the fence, find out, what do they always ask for, the uncertainty. Now that button, what is it? What are you fearful of? What are you uncertain about? What has you doubting? Just the install, or what has you doubting the business, building the business, right? And so make sure you always get to the root of it. That way, when you actually know what the actual, problem is, what'll end up happening is now you create an opportunity, for your upline to now help you, because now you can contact your upline and say, hey, look, I got a lady who works with me. We did a presentation. Matter of fact, she saw Mr. Rangel on the presentation, and she's on the fence, but she's on the fence because she has people in her family a person in her family who's had a bad experience with solar, and even though she loves the money. Okay? And so now you have a foundation for a conversation, and now you've teed up your senior partners to help you move that person from off the fence to on your side of the fence. All right. The other thing is, guys, get away from the general number, the general when you talk about make some money. Some money is no money, right? Like one day is no day, right? And so just like you can't put some money in a bank account, you can't put one day on a calendar, right? It's just get specific. Remember, you go from having a no claim to a big claim. When you say, hey, you know, how would you like to make an extra 5,000, to, $15,000 a month by doing a deal or two, you know, that actually has a little bit more impact. Or you know what, the people who I'm working with right now, even though we have a lot of people who are full-time on their job, who do business with me part-time, they make anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 a deal. Okay? And it only takes them about 30 minutes to get a deal. So be specific. That's a big claim, right? And people, that's an actual truth. I use stories all the time. I use Sarah's story all the time. Look, give me a story, I'm gonna use it. Stories are made to be made. So remember, you'll make money on the story, but your story makes money for everybody that uses it. That is. All right. But I appreciate you, Philip.
Got it. Thanks, Mr. Bean. Yes, sir. I definitely will apply.
Gotcha. And then we'll go with let's see here, Victoria, and then we'll do Thomas, and then we'll do Sabrina, and then we're out.
All
Victoria
right.
from South Africa.
Hi, Mr. Bean. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are well. Um, this has been, I think my takeaway from this past week has been the power. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
Lovely. Okay. I think the past week, my highlight of this week has been the power of persisting because I was doing some calls and I had a little bit of a problem doing calls because I thought my accent is South African and it's gonna be a little bit of a problem for people to hear me and understand me and relate to me. But I kept persisting and doing some calls, and eventually, out of the no's that I got, I managed to get one appointment. And because I tweaked the script a bit and I made it personal to myself. And I think in that way, I sort of managed to gain confidence out of personalizing the script and making it my own and being able to relay the features and benefits in a very short space of time. Because when you do cold calling, it's you literally have 2 seconds of someone's time. So you have to literally hit it on the nail. And I'm so happy that I managed to get that one appointment that, failed credit, but it sort of gave me the confidence that I needed to persist and go through. So that's my takeaway. Persistence is really my takeaway. And out of the no's that you'll get, eventually you'll start getting yeses. Thank you.
You will. And plus, your differences sometimes are your superpowers. So first of all, like your accent is pleasant. I was actually before you said anything about it, I was actually about to lead into introducing you because of your accent. You know what I'm saying? So people like different. People love accents, right? And people are tired of hearing people sound like me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, as a woman, one, you already have a captive audience. You know what I'm saying? So that you've already from a woman to man perspective, when you're talking from a woman to a man perspective, uh, even if they don't want to hear you long, a man wants to hear a woman talk. So they'll give you, I'm going to give you more time to talk to me than I would Idris, right? Just if I didn't know either one of y'all, all things being equal, if he calls me, I might hang up right away. You call me, then I hear the accent. I'm like, hold on, what? Oh, okay, all right. Now, then I'll hang up. But you got a bigger window than he does, right? And then when it comes to woman, again, there's no threat there. There's no, you're not trying to hit on her, vice versa, whatever. Again, woman to woman, you can relate to a whole lot of different things. And so, because if you're talking about the install, basically you're talking about somebody who's in charge of paying the bills, right? If you're talking about making money, now you're talking about a woman who has her own career outside of her husband, right? And I got my own money outside of my husband's money, or whatever it is, you can relate. So, again, don't discount your differences, right? Use your differences to dominate, right? And so, but I appreciate you and keep up the great work. And that's another thing. If we got a person who's from South Africa who's doing three ways and lifelines all the way from South Africa, you Americans need to be doing three ways and lifelines. Because their time clock is like, it's like when they do something at 5 o'clock in South Africa and California is 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. It's in Texas it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And so by the time we get everybody on the line, it's either they up really, really late or we are really, really early, one of the two. But but people who are on purpose make things happen. And people who are on purpose always put people in a position to help them. There's no way a person, if you're out here grinding, getting it, don't matter where you're from, a senior partner or upline who's worth their grain of salt, they'll always be there to help you. They'll always find a way. They'll always make the sacrifice. So I appreciate you. All right. Thomas.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mr. Bean, how you doing?
Fantastic, bro. What's going on?
Good. Hey, team. How y'all doing today? I tell you what, man, I learned something this week. I had a funeral to go to this week. That's why I wasn't on the call on Thursday. I went to North Carolina, and I did not go with any intentions to share soda with my family. You know, during the loss of my first cousin, I just didn't have it on my mind. But the lady that I stayed with was my first cousin. She's the patriarch of the family, and we just got to talking while I was staying with her. And I asked her about solar. She said she took me outside and showed me the solar on top of her house. She showed me the solar, and then I had an opportunity to share with her daughter later because her daughter did her solar, so they ready to do an appointment with me, Idris. The daughter is, and a few other cousins. They just asked me what I did for a living. You know what I'm saying? So it was a smooth conversation. I didn't go into any detail, but even at a funeral and going to a funeral and not having any intentions of sharing solar with nobody, I shared with about three people that's interested. So, and then my cousin has solar on their house. So I just wanted to share that no matter what you're going through, you still can open up your mouth and say what you do.
All right. And first of all, sorry about your loss, bro. Really. And but when you actually go, guys, especially events, whether it be Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, don't come to the party and come to the party with those intentions. Come to the party, hit up the party. Man, I'm going to tell everybody at the party about solar. That's an amateur move. That's a rookie
Yeah.
move. Right.
Yeah.
And so the more and more you don't want to talk about it, the more and more people want you to talk about it, the more and more they employ you to talk about it, the more and more they force you to talk about it, twist your arm to talk about it. So, and so that's the thing. Basically, it came to him based on just general conversation. It wasn't, hey, let's have an appointment, let's sit down, let's talk about what I got going on in my life. And because remember, one when people especially when she has solo in her house, that was so cool for her to have solo, but now she's social proof, everything just worked out perfectly. But even if she didn't, right, even if she didn't, like I said, she's the patriarch of the family, people respect her, whatever. You can set something up, what, hey, look, if y'all just talking, right, and people are coming around asking everybody what they do, and say, you know what, because it's been a while, but since you do real estate, if I can send you into business, I'll send you business. You've been around for a while, since you do software design, whatever it is. Because I have a big Rolodex of people who I network with, and I just want to help my family, and just want to help your family, and be on point and honest about that. But obviously people going to want to ask you what you do for them, and then you tell them, and then get back on them. Oh, I do solar. That's just I just launched my own solar brokerage. Helping people go solar, save money, lock in their bills, and help people make money as well. But I'm here. Today is about family. I'm y'all family. I just want to know what y'all do. How can I help y'all and turn it around and put it back in their possession? That way, it'll come to you naturally, because you don't want to be the person that people are running away from. You want to be the person that people are running towards. All right. And so appreciate you sharing, bro. Thank you very much.
And Mr. Bean, one quick thing I didn't share. This is something that she did. She told me that she gets a $100 referral to refer people with solar that go solar. She gets 100. So you know what I said.
Oh yeah.
I said, cuz I could hook you with $1,000. She said, really? So that's when she referred me to her daughter right away. And then
Right.
a couple other cousins, she said, I'm gonna refer you, I'm gonna refer a lot of people to you, Thomas, because she only get $100.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about human beings. This is why, if a person says no, one of the best things that can happen to you guys is for some of y'all to get a no, because people will throw everybody else under the bus just to get away from you after they tell you no. They say no, and you say, you know what? No problem. Who do you know? that you can send my way. Who can you refer to me? Because there's a lot of people who that own houses that may have a different perspective of solar than you do. They may want to actually have a bill to be lowered, replaced, locked, and go away. They may have a better understanding of solar than you do, or they may want to make some money as well, like I do. Not like whatever it is. Who do you know? And what you'll find is a lot of people will start writing down. Who can you, if you like, you go through your phone and write down a couple names, 5 or 10 names, can you give me 10, 15 names or whatever people I can call, and I'll respect them just like I'm respecting you. And basically ask for the referrals. One, two, if you $1,000 to get somebody that, look, I understand it might not be for you, but look, if everybody you send me, that goes solo with me, I'll give you $1,000. All of a sudden now, okay, so antennas go up, they start writing down names, and they start throwing everybody under the bus. One, they feel bad about having to tell but two, I'm gonna get $1,000 for everybody I refer. That way you can focus on them now and not me. Oh, let's do it. That's how human brains work. So I appreciate you. That's good stuff. That is good stuff all day, every day. And then once a person get that $1,000, that first 1,000 or two, what's going to end up happening is when you go back, say, because remember, you got every time they went sold, you got 1,000, but on this deal, I got five out of that. It was a $6,000 deal. On this deal, I got four. It was a $5,000 deal. And if you're gonna keep on sending people to me, you might as well just go ahead and partner with me and be my North Carolina connect, my North Carolina branch or whatever. And basically everything you come through, everything you send to me, I'll still help you. I'll still do most of the work. You being the patriarch of the family and all, I gotta be able to serve you like you serve the family. You do that, I want to give you the full piece of the pie. Let's go. And so what's she gonna say? Yeah. And you want Cuz to get the money. You want her, because this is what happens. When Cuz get the bag, when she get the bigger bag, everybody who got solar that she referred to, now she gets to build a team with those people as well. And you override the whole entire deal. You got everybody in the family making money and you making moves, right? And so
That's sweet.
you
That's
always
sweet.
find somebody. I'm just telling you, always find somebody down in depth through the family and their connections, because of 6 degrees of separation that you can go out there and blow up that market with, bro. Just telling you, that's a gold mine right there.
That's sweet, bro. That's sweet. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mr. B.
All right. Sabrina and Eddie, the dynamic duo. Two people who's
Hey,
on the
how's
call.
it going, Mr. Bean?
What's going on?
Oh, it's going great. Our takeaway from this week is that call. The call that we had this week, it was actually awesome because as a result of it, we had a little bit of uptick as far as the people that we got in contact with and as far as our business as well. It actually motivated us even the more so because on Friday I went out to a networking event. And as a result of that event, we got 15 other people that we were able to talk to. And 3 of them, as I talked to them, wanted to know more about solar and were interested in the way we presented it. And because they never heard it that way. So it was just this week, be honest with you, we're looking to double the production that we did from last week, even though we had a little uptick last week. I'm pushing for the 23rd to the 25th. I'm trying to get my at least 3 people in the business and at least, 5 of the bills, so we can go ahead and close some contracts as well. So that is our focus, is try to, be on that stage come the 23rd to the 25th.
Okay.
Literally right now, we're heading down to Killeen because I've got my real estate brokerages up there, so I'm heading over to see my business partner so I can start hitting all of these other real estate agents that are there. There's a difference when you talk to them on the phone opposed to when you talk to somebody face to face. So I just want to be able to put eyes on the people that I've spoken to and let them know, this is what I'm doing and this is where we're going.
There you go. And so I appreciate you. This one thing I do want to say is this: we are going to be doing, calling parties. We are going to be having at least once a week, and then who knows, may have more. But we're going to have a party. We're going to try to we're going to work on finding the perfect time, once a week that we can do. That way people can jump on and really get those repetitions in because it's a muscle. And if you don't work it, it'll get weak. If you don't use it,
Exactly.
and so you want to make sure you have your conversation fully flexed. And so one thing I need, Eddie, while you're driving, take your right hand, put it up in the air right there, to where we can see it a little bit. No, flat, but to do it flat. There
Right
you
here.
go. There you go. Just like that. Now, Sabrina, this is what I want you to do. Pop his hand for me. Pop his hand for me, Sabrina. He got it sitting up there. Sabrina, pop his hand for me. There you go. That's because you keep on saying try. Every time he says, Sabrina, every time you hear him say try, if, maybe,
I told him that.
every time he do
I
that, you
told
pop
him
his
that.
hand. All right?
There
All
you
right?
go.
All right.
I
So
agree. I agree because I tell him that all the time.
we
I guess it's a bad choice of words
speak in the
for me.
affirmative. We speak in the affirmative.
My,
When I get those 5 deals, when I get those 3 partners, when I get those, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. So make sure you get it right. Now, a little bit of contact. That's all you need. A little bit of contact. Stop telling them and stop popping them. That's all.
I'm not
So
going to have too many of those. I think that was the last time to see that happening.
there you go. But no, I'm glad you guys were on. You guys did contribute big time for on the call. I appreciate your energy and everything. Both of y'all in 2 different places making those phone calls was awesome. And seeing the results that you guys got, that was fantastic. And so what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and shift gears real quick. And we have a big announcement. And then we want to do some matter of fact, Vicky, was your name, was your hand still up, or you forget to put it down, or you had something else you want to say real quick? Okay, all right, good. All right, so all right, there we go. So now, guys, and it's cool because I have Landon actually is on here, but I don't know if he's gonna be busy or not, but that's even better. So 2 big announcements, guys. When you look at 2 of the things that we normally have never had a challenge with when it came to network marketing, this is why this is different. As high ticket sales, in network marketing, people normally are going to get started on a pack 100% of the time. I would say 90% of the time. You rarely have anybody get started on a free situation or a kit, for a $9 pack, $29 pack, whatever it is, something, a pack that you're gonna get paid on, whatever. That's really ever the choice. It's really ever the thing. And so by it being a high ticket situation and by solar being solar and people are not used to it, people are still coming around to the idea of it. They still don't see the value in the membership and things like that. Our job is to make sure that value is delivered. And one of the things that those of you who are new to me have been finding out is that one thing I do work on 100% of the time is always finding a way to deliver value. Okay, I'm not just going to say, hey man, you need to do this $99, $199 and $99 a month just because my builders, my dual team and my residual. No, that's basically that's going to get built up, based in direct proportion to the value that I bring and that I relay to people when they sign up. And so it's not their job to get signed up on 199 and 99 a month. It's my job to make sure that they have value, see the value to where they would go out there and do it without me even having to poke and prod, remind, and have them upgrade. And so, one of the things that we're going to be introducing to the group out of 2 is skill set development. Okay, you got a group of people who are on here who, when you look at Angel, you look at Dr. Arlene, people who've been with me, you look at Carla Wynn, Laura, who's not on right now, and Thomas, people like that. They've all been through the Grant Cardone process with me. And when I say been through it with me, they would just support us or membership. They've actually participated with the daily roll calls with Grant Cardone's pros. They did the roll calls, with the team. They did everything that they needed to do about setting appointments, doing the presentations, closing, trial closing, everything. All that stuff was taught, and so they know the value. Okay, they actually paid for it when it came to their tuitions. And so, for those of you who don't know, Grant Cardone is one of the world's foremost experts in training organizations. They train a ton of people globally, companies globally, from the low end to the high end, and they do a really good job at it. right? And so we paid 10 grand to get started in that program and $2,900 a month because we knew how valuable it was. And we did that for 4 years. Nobody's going to pay 3 grand a month, right, for 4 years if it's not working. If the team wasn't getting value from it, it's not going to happen. Okay. And so one of the things that I am doing, because now with that relationship that we actually have, we have 4 years of archives. And when it comes to those actual calls, those daily rally calls. And so for the people who are in your groups already as builders and people who are coming into your group as builders, I am creating a special group for that actual for the people who are builders so they can get the skill set development that they need. Because think about it. When you get a person on, a call, you don't really know what to say. Like I said, you got JC scripts, but if you don't know the foundation and what to say, why to say stuff, how to even change up his, script to fit what we do and to be more effective on it, what's going to end up happening is somebody else is going to sign your person up in their business or somebody else is going to get that install. Okay. And one is because you didn't deserve it. Right? You didn't work, you didn't put the work in to get that deal, which means that you didn't work on yourself and your skill set enough, to get that deal. You don't deserve it. Okay. And so that's just being honest, about the whole entire situation. When you make a purchase the size of solar, you're going to make it with somebody who's very, very efficient and very, very effective. Okay. I bought the Grant Cardone program and I knew what they were doing to me when I had the conversation with them. But they did it so good. I'm like, if you can do it, I know what you're doing and I can see it because I've been in sales forever and leadership forever. I can see 100% of what you're doing. I'm about to buy everything you got, but I'm not going to buy it at your price. They were trying to get me for 28 grand down and 7 grand, almost 8 grand a month. But I'm like, I negotiated all the way down, but I negotiated all the way down and got signed up based on the fact that I'm like, if you're this good with me and on point and on purpose with me, imagine what happened to my team if they got exposed to you. They got infected with your professionalism and your skill set development. What'll happen? We'd be dangerous. And I just say, after we introduced them to that, one of the next companies that we started, I made $250,000 in 12 months after by making sure everybody was trained by that program, which means that I had people making 50 grand a month, 25 grand a month, 35 grand a month. And then the company after that, I made 100 grand my first month because the people who were in Grant Cardone's program, learning the Grant Cardone program were making $10,000 a month, $25,000 a month, $35,000 a month, $5,000 a month. It was a lot of, not a few. Okay. And so the people who have the biggest income producing organizations and portfolios are people who have people who are skillful, people who are really good at what they do. Okay. And that's the thing that we want. The days of winging it, that's over. And so we're going to be adding one of those archive calls because some you got some people who y'all going to introduce to this situation. If I put y'all in the group where all the archive calls are, they'll copy them all and then they'll come off to $99. I just know how human beings are. So we'll drop on me and myself, we're going to drop a call in the system every day. Okay. And since it's recorded, it's going to be earlier in the day. You won't have to wait till 9 o'clock in the morning. Either Omi or myself will drop in at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. That way, for those of you who are getting dressed, you want to listen to it while you're getting dressed, that's fine. Getting ready to go to work, school, whatever it is, you'll be able to hear it. But you only hear it if you're a builder, right? And it's going to be one dropped in there every day, every day, every day. And these guys are machines. These guys are on purpose. These guys are ruthless. And I'm gonna just tell you, everybody who went through that program, their belief system is totally different. Their confidence level is totally different. The posture is totally different. But what's going to happen is when you can actually articulate that, and you literally, because I actually put about five of those recorded calls in the groups, just so people can get a little sample, of what they'll be hearing, and that's just a short sample, something real quick. But when they see that and they know that they're getting something for free, not necessarily for free, but because they paid $200 down, $99 a month, that normally require them to pay $10,000 to $20,000 to be a part of and $2,000 to $3,000 a month to do. It's a no-brainer, right? So let's just say, Landon, if you come in and you saw the presentation, you're a builder, but you say, you know what, I just want to think about it. And that's okay. Well, while you're thinking about it, let me give you this think about it kit. Here's the affiliate link, sign up right away. So, but also while you sign up as an affiliate, um, what are you uncertain about? What do you have to think about? What's keeping you from being a builder? What's keeping you from getting started so we can get you to that $15,000-$20,000 a month that you said you want to get started at. Okay. And so these are the questions I'm gonna start to ask him to make sure he's giving me the information that I can process, right? And so, and I'll even say something to the fact that, most of the people I talk to say they got to think about it. They say they have to think about it. One, because they either don't have the money, and one, I know that's not true, man. You're a boss. You got $200. That's not a problem. Two, they don't believe that I can do it. They don't believe that they don't believe that I'm the person they need to be working with. Is that the problem, Brandon? No, okay. And third one is they don't believe that they can do it because they never did solar before, and they don't know how to sell solar. Would that be the problem, Brandon? And so now you're leading him to the actual answer. It's a fear. Okay, it's not $200. It's not me. Because I'm the professional, and y'all all are the professional, right? So Leroy, you're the professional, right? Philip, you're the professional. Gigi, you're the professional. Patricia, all of y'all are professionals. Okay. They'll be lucky to work with you. Okay. So you're not the problem. And the $200 is not a problem. It's the fact that they don't believe they can do it. 9 times out of 10 is the actual problem. And so if he says, you know what, that may be somewhat of the challenge. I just solar is new to me, boom, 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 no problem. As a matter of fact, we actually have a system that's going to teach you 100%, everything to do, everything to say. We even have next level skill set development that's coming in from Grant Cardone's organization. And so one of the top salespeople in the actual world that you're going to have access to based on the fact that you become a builder. Okay. And so you'll get a program that we pay $10,000 down, $2,900 a month on, and you'll get it for nothing. Okay. And so we'll be here to help you, but you'll also be learning, and so that process, do you think, that process, just learning how to actually sell more than just solar, you think that's worth more than $200? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, great. Let's go ahead and get this builder pack so we can get you signed up, get you plugged into all of the corporate rooms and get you started on your training. Okay. And so when they get in that room also, guys, remember, they're going into a room that already have multiple links in it. So by the time, depending on when they get started or what day they get started on, they'll actually have, thank you, I appreciate it. I normally have my second cup of coffee by at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but baby just woke up and blessed me, so I'm gonna have two. So this means that y'all about to get some high octane, some high powered information, some energy. But helping a person, remember, put yourself in their seat. Okay. So when you figure out why they are not getting started, that means that now, remember, your job is to do what? Solve problems, solve challenges, right? You're the fixer-upper, right? So that's not a problem. You know what? There's a lot of people who you can use me. I'll see your partner, Mr. Bean. He has never done solar, okay? But he's recruited a group of over 700 people. Basically built a group of over 700 people, and he knows nothing about solar, right? But he's learning about solar while he's earning, and he's going to be also teaching you, and the systems and stuff that he put in place, you'll be able to have access to. So what you want to do is you always want to give value. Always want to make sure you solve a problem. That's not a problem. We got a lot of people just like you who are learning how to do solar on the fly, and they're getting 2 or 3 deals a month as new solar people, right? And so that's one of the things. So that's one of the things that we're going to be doing, guys. We're going to create a group. We're going to be loading up that training every day, every morning at 6. I opened my mouth and said 6 o'clock. I should have said 6:30, which is when my alarm clock goes off. But 6 o'clock, I gotta get it on me. I know you're on here, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. So I need them links to go in the group. The second thing is this, okay? There are a lot of systems out there, and a lot of companies out there that promise leads. Okay. This is very, very important. And this is where I'm gonna have Landon come in just a second. But when you actually have an actual proven system That's important. So you look at the, let's see here, guys. Okay. All right. I need to mute somebody. Okay, there we go. So when you actually have a proven system, lead system that actually works, where people who are reaching out to you, they're reaching out to you based on the campaign that the lead system is running. And I personally, I know Landon, the system that he's running and that Aria running, you guys are going to be introduced to them. It works. He gave me access to a system where I was able to go in. He gave me the ability to see the people, the phone numbers, and everything else, and the ability to make a phone call. So I talked to one of his actual leads, fresh leads. And it was a guy on the East Coast, someone on the East Coast. I think it may have been Maryland or whatever, but he was fired up, answered all the questions, gave me the appointment, and then his wife stole his dream. And basically, because she wasn't on, but the fact that he was an actual lead, the fact that he was actually excited about it, he inquired about, solar. Had I been better, okay, that deal would have been done. And that was on me. So my inexperience blew that lead, but the lead system works. And so now when you have a lead system, which, we're going to be able to offer to people, who come in as a builder only, and it'll be a trial period for them for free. And then Landon's even talking about, working out something with Aria, as if they get started for free right away and they're active in it, they never drop out of it. They may be able to maintain it for free based as trial run people. So he's looking at doing that for you guys. So Landon is on here again. Some of you guys don't know him. If you're in Houston, you probably met him at the event, but he's already on here fighting for the team. So, but that's going to be real big. Imagine now having two different things that a person will get that they wouldn't get in any other, solar company, and they wouldn't get in any other solar group, when they get started, to get the $99, $199 down, $99 a month, right? So that's extreme value. And if they did drop out or unenroll, the next time they got back in, they would actually have to pay something that they would normally be paying $5,000, $10,000 for, and then a monthly stipend of anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on where they're getting the leads from. So I think those are two really big deals that we're going to be announcing. I know Landon and we have our meeting later on this weekend or early this week. And then we put the button on it and the bow on it with Aria. And then we have our lunch call with the group, of the process. And so now you have a lead generating mechanism that you don't have to pay for initially based on the fact that you're a $199 person with $99 a month. And then you also have the training calls from Grant Cardone with the skill set to help you get those leads converted, so you don't blow leads like I did, right? And so those two things are going to be game changers. Those two things are going to help. Remember, I have a goal to get to $250,000 a month in 12 to 18 months. And remember, it's never been about the how, it's about the why and the conviction of the why. And so anytime you have a goal and you profess it to the world and you confirm it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you write it down every day, twice a day, what happens is now ideas and opportunities come to you to get to that goal. And so it's manifesting, right? And so Landon, if you can unmute and kind of talk to that process a little bit and what they're looking at, and give it the real value that it needs, because I know I didn't do it the justice that you can do it, but if you can, speak to it a little bit.
Appreciate that, Mr. Bean. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Glad to have
Awesome.
you on board, by the way.
I appreciate you, and thank you for your leadership. And good morning, everybody. I can't wait to see you all in LA. So as Mr. Bean said, you did a wonderful job, by the way. I mean, that was awesome. So yeah, for those of you who met me in Houston, was a couple of months ago. I did speak about, I work with Mr. Bean in bringing a system that I've been using for about a year now to actually get leads. I'm not a door knocker. I call myself a digital door knocker. So one of the reasons that I came over was to actually be able to sell competitively. Because once you start doing leads online, it's a little bit different. as talking to your friends and family, right? Because these people are actually shopping. So it is a skill that you have to learn. So I told Mr. Bean, give me a little time, and I'll make sure the system is good to go before we bring it to everyone. So I was able to get a personal deal, and I was also someone on my direct team, they were able to get some leads and set some appointments up. And they actually have a follow-up coming up this week. So I think we're in a good place. But what this is a system that will teach you step by step on how to create a Facebook lead generation system. But it's also a skill. If you do anything else, whether you're a roofer, real estate, you can use this same skill to generate leads. So one of the reasons we wanted to make sure it was a builder was because, just like with the Grant Cardone, Mr. Bean spent his money to get that system. And I've spent thousands of dollars to perfect this system. So I wanted to make sure that the people who got it were serious, right? Because it is an investment into the group. So, we're looking at, something that people are paying. I mean, in another company I was with, the people who introduced this same system to their group, they're charging $3,500 at the door just to get started, right? And we're bringing this to the team, for free if you are a builder, right? So I wanted to do this regardless. I knew that, it's going to be something that I don't make any money off of, from the team perspective. But what I do get, and Mr. Bean said this earlier, is testimonials, because those are powerful, right? So we want to make sure that when we do introduce this group, we want to fill that group up. Why? Because it's social proof. So anytime that you're talking to someone who is a potential builder, you let them know about this group, and you let them know that they will be in a community of people who are just like them, who's never done this before. Because most people, even if you've done solar, a lot of people have not done virtual solar. So it's totally different. So we're adding that thousands of dollars worth of value on top of what you're getting with build itself. I think it's a game changer. So I appreciate your time, Mr. Bean, and just also your trust in me for bringing this to the team.
No problem. I appreciate you and also brokering that deal. And because what happens is this, we want to make a ton of money, for the people who are in the teams. One, two, we want to make a big enough fuss so that, once that date is over with, when it comes to that free period for us, or that window for us to get in and be locked in, we want to be able to return the favor to Aria, basically the person who has the program, make sure we now give him good referrals when it comes to the system, because we don't know what it actually works. One, two, a lot of y'all will get to mentor a lot faster. Your numbers will come and be more explosive a lot faster. And you putting your people in those positions, again, they'll thank you for it. They'll be loyal to you. They'll appreciate you for it. And again, at that point in time, you will have earned the right to give them more and more information. The more information you give a person that helps them out, the more opportunities you earn to give more information, right? And so that's how leadership is. Okay. And so when I look at leadership, I see Hans on here, and he's an example of what we're talking about, when it comes to him giving leads away. Right. And so, and by the way, guys, Hans is about to have his baby is almost here. Like, he's probably at the hospital right now, with the wife, because I know the baby's almost here. So, definitely want to give him shouts out and send some well wishes. But he's always been that person since I met him. So, you know what, I want to get people I'm giving leads away, or I'm giving installs away, just so I can get people to mentorship very, very fast, right? And so the more and more people we have at mentorship in different pockets of the U.S., all over the U.S., now we have representatives in those states. And, I just think that's a phenomenal idea. That's a selfless idea. But that's also an idea from a visionary. That's vision. And so imagine each and every last one of y'all coming in, mastering the system, making sure people get in at the 199, making sure people see the value. They're now learning the program. Plus, you're now working with them, on that actual program, making sure they're going through their process, making sure they're learning. And that's something that you guys get a chance to do together. And when you're going through that process together, even with the calling party, like Coffee said, man, we should be able to do a calling party every 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Well, guys, you have groups, you can put calling parties together. Our Grant Cardone groups, we had all kind of breakout groups where people were doing role plays, off script, off days. They were doing calling parties, off days. It's the same exact thing. Okay. So Today is a big day. Again, for announcements, a big weekend. So what I would just say is this: nobody's actually for a dime. All we ask you for is, since they're giving you this thing for free, right now, don't treat it like it's free. Treat it like you paid the $3,500 out of the gate. Because think about it, you'd have something to think about, and something you would be thinking of a reason to say no right now. If I said, give me $3,500, your brain would say, well, I don't know. Let me, does it work? You'll be asking 50 million questions. You know, that's how, again, but now because it's free, what happens is now you'll find a way to self-sabotage. Okay? So align yourself with your goals, align yourself with your dreams, right? And make sure that's congruent with this opportunity. Put a price that you paid on. Let's say I paid $10,000 for this I paid $10,000 to be a part of this program, and I'm excited about having access. I'm excited about learning it, mastering it, and then duplicating it. Right? So, with that being said, appreciate you, Landon. And so now y'all got the big deal. Y'all can go back now, and this is also, some of y'all should have some private upgrade parties. For those of you who have bigger teams and you have access to people who are in your groups and in your success teams that have the affiliate program, now you get a chance to go back to them and say, hey, look, it's time for you to upgrade. Things are changing. We're in the place. This is what we have our hands on. And if you're not on the build, if you're not a builder that's actively, doing $99 a month, or you got your 4 and you paying no more, you won't be able to take advantage of this. And you're missing out on, something that can get you to 6 figures a year on a part-time basis with no problem right away. So give them that value, get them the upgrade, and then get them in those groups so they can thank you for it. And a person, once they're investing $99 a month in something that has tremendous value, and they see that value, they'll never not invest, right? As a matter of fact, they'll end up not investing because they'll have 4 and they'll pay no more. So it'll end up going away anyway one day. But it'll do that because you had the value. So with that being said, the PS5 for this, and this other thing, the script that we are designing, that I'm designing this weekend, is going to be specifically for this process. It'll be specifically for this process. So again, you'll not only have calls, you'll have a foundational script that you'll be able to walk through that we've used for years, for many moons. And it's worked, and it'll give you the foundation of what you need, and you can deviate from that as you see fit within those conversations by virtue of how you're being led in that conversation. So with that being said, who wants to go first and get some role playing done, or who has any questions? And because this can be a little bit of Q&A as well when it comes to solar, when it comes to deals. So want to make sure, because we have some new people on. If you have any solar questions, about the process, or anything like that, let's take a question or two, or let's get some role playing done.
Mr. Bean, I don't know if you see, but Hans' hand is up.
Yeah, you got that little brown, that subdued hand. Hans, come on, man.
Hey, what's going on, family?
Hey, everything good, man. Where's the wife at? How many days we're away?
No, so we got pushed back. So she's moving, she's going in on Monday. So I'm actually, let me show you what I'm doing. Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm actually building, and for those who don't know, we are actually getting twins. So I'm just finalizing the baby's room now and doing some light mini painting. But I just had to hop on and just listen in, man. I just love what you're doing, Mr. Bean and Landon. I appreciate that as well. So I wanted to throw in a little 2 cents. So for those who are avidly building, right? I'm big on social media as well from building standpoint. In fact, for the last year and a half, I've been using artificial intelligence, or AI, to build, right? I did so a year and a half ago. I personally registered 500 people in a marketing company. I was doing all AI. So when I brought this technology over to do solar, so far I have over 50 personal direct builders and close to 35 personally affiliates. 95% of it all online, right? And why do I share that? In the spirit of giving for builders, I'm very, very close with the company that provides the software. The setup for the software is $1,000 and then $197 a month minimum. I'm going to give them a call and I'm going to say, I want to provide builders only, active builders only, with a 0 setup and 3 months free to use the software. Why 3 months? If you know me, I always talk about 90 days, right? I think if you study the industry, Holton Bugs is big on that, and as well as Eric Worre. You build your business every 90 days. In corporate America, we learn 90 days financials. That's 3 months. No setup, no monthly fee for builders only. I'm going to work that plan out for them, where they get to go online, use the software, and automatically have AI target warm leads for them to possibly be builders or solar customers. Here's a fact. I closed 2 deals for solar only, totaling $18,000 commission off the software. Right? I'll do a personal training on what I'm doing on how to target audience and anywhere across the country. So you guys will have the software for 3 months, 90 days to use. Right? And if you can't, and it's simple too, man. Like once you guys see this, you'll be amazed. I know I've spoken to JC about it. I just been doing more tests of my own. In fact, this week I landed a big fish who's going to be looking at the presentation and possibly come on. The software literally goes out to any groups. It'll scrape names from the groups, and then it automatically sends them messages. Introductions, then 3 days later, a follow-up, 6 days later, another follow-up. And when somebody responds, the software does all the conversations for you. So for those who's a 9 to 5, like me, imagine having 50 messages and conversations going out every single day, and then people are responding to an artificial intelligence. And then when they're ready, it sends them to your website to sign up as a builder. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. I'm going to speak to the owners. They'll give me the go. But it's going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal. All right. So again, thousands of dollars of added value. Why? To the network. To the network. Because I want every single one of you on the call to not only get to build a 500, right, but also win. And then be an advocate of success within your family. So, Mr. B, I'll turn it back to you. I'll get you more details on that. I work behind the scene, and once it's a go, trust me, guys, you'll want to make sure not only you'll have an active builder, but also your team members are active builders. Because here's a fact. Just imagine 10 people on your team sending 50 messages on Facebook every single day. That's 500 messages going out consistently 7 days a week. That's 3,500 targets. All right, so I'll leave it at that. Mr. Beam, I'll turn it back to you, man. I'm having fun with this business, but I'm also having fun helping others as well. So cheers back to you.
I appreciate it. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, like, that's a person who's a career guy, banker, you know what I mean? And so he basically only has about 2 hours a day that he allows for appointments. That's his window. And that's because, again, he has a life, he has kids, he's got that dough rolling in too. So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. But you gotta think about it. How many people in this group is doing that right now? How many people he's shared that with? How many people he's talking to? That's about empowering the people. And that's again one of the reasons why I actually came on board. Most of y'all don't know, Hans is actually our senior partner. And so again, so you look at your lineage, again, he's one of those people who, the very first time I saw the business, I saw it through his eyes. Basically had the conversation. I had a business conversation. I can't really say that I would have gotten started if somebody else would have actually talked to me about it, because he talked to me from a business perspective. He talked to me from a banker's perspective, from a money perspective, and from a vision perspective. He didn't talk to me from a network market. If he hadn't talked to me as a network marketer, I probably wouldn't be here. I'll be honest with you. And so we had 2 calls, and then he was the person who initiated the conversation with me and JC. And when it came to the Zoom that we all did, and I know I was on there, Angel was on there, Dr. Arlene was on there, Laura was on there. We had several, it was like 8 or 9 of us that were actually on that Zoom. But it was Hans that initiated, the actual call that got me started in the business, based on his professionalism. And then Then I go to JC on a Zoom, again, 3-way phone calls, again, live. And it's just, you can't make this stuff up. And then social proof, I go to the event, tell you how big events are, and I see Idris at the event. He sees me, I see him, I light up my guy. What? In California? For real? Oh, it's about to go down. Really? I'm in the right place, right? I'm like, I've been trying to get, because Idris, y'all don't know, me and Idris, we go way back. Idris is part of our organization and the coffee company, and one of the most solid guys I ever met. And so, y'all know me, I don't talk to people who, when I leave a company, if you're a horrible person, I'm not calling you. I don't care how big your organization was, how big your group was. I don't do toxic people. I only make a few calls. I like organic. I like new people. I don't live in the past. But there are certain people in my past that I want to be a part. I want to have be a part of my future. He was always one of those people. I always reached out to him, and so just to see him walking in, when I walked in that room, he's right there, front row, very first seat in the middle, right where winners are. And I'm like, wow, oh, this is about to go down. And so, but again, I say this, Hans is practicing what he's preaching, right? And he's putting those deals out there. He's pushing deals to people to get them to mentorship faster, right? He's not just talking about it. It's all selfless. Remember, servant leadership, just like the book says, he who serves more garners more, right? And so when you look at the person who's making a sacrifice, the work person who's pulling the deal, because he can say, you know what, um, I'll give you all the first 3 days, the first 90 days for free. I mean, the first 90 days for half off. And he done got a deal with the company, and basically the company says you can get it for free. Anything over free you can have. And he can come back and say, the first 90 days, $100 a person, $100 a month for the first 90 days, or $50 a month for the first. He could do that. But that's what people in the industry, direct sales and network marketing, do. Those who can't steal, those who can't manipulate, right? And so they do everything except for build. Right? They make money off books. They make money off, and there's nothing wrong with that, unless that's the only thing you're making money off of. If you write a book and all your money is coming off making or writing a book, but you ain't making no money in the compensation plan, nobody should be buying that book, right? And so if you're making money off of doing events and people are paying you $300 to come to an event, and you don't have a group, but you're putting on the event, nobody should be coming to that event. Or your group stopped growing, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 2 years ago, and now you're putting on the event because you're a master trainer, you learn all the verbiage, and nobody should be going to that event. Okay. When you have somebody who has high value, offer, they're bringing it to the table, it's for a reason. And so like Landon, bringing this deal to the reason, he didn't have to bring this deal to me at all. He just said, hey, look, he's not my senior partner, and none of y'all are, when it comes to in his group. But he didn't have to do this for the group. That's why I want you guys to understand, getting this deal for nothing is going to put some of y'all in a place of unappreciation, no gratitude. You're going to take it for granted and you're going to miss it. And so I'm just telling you, that's just how human nature is. Anything you get for free, you don't value. So you have to act as you paid $10,000, $5,000 for it, something, and you're expecting to pay $500 to $1,000 a month on it. So, I appreciate you, Hans, and wishing you and the missus well, and the twins, perfect delivery for you guys, man. And so, make sure you put me on one of them time slots so you can teach me the system, bro. All right. So, any questions? Anybody wants to role play right now? We go ahead and open the lines up and put a cap on this already amazing day. All right. So y'all know what time it is, right? Okay. Angel, you got the biggest smile. So I'm gonna let you go with coffee. And so yeah, so there you go. So y'all get so Laura, you was next. So just so you know, get you right. And so
I have the biggest smile because I already knew you were gonna call me.
I know you knew.
That's too funny.
That's why
And I just got off Bible study, so I'm like.
So what y'all want to work on?
Did you want to go first, Coffee?
Just the conversation with a potential customer from a referral.
That's good. You on call?
I got a call.
You can't talk to unless
Okay.
you.
Right. Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, good morning. Is it possible that I can speak with Angel?
Yeah, this is Angel.
Angel, this is Coffee. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Awesome,
you?
awesome. You sound hesitant. So let me tell you how I got your number. Your friend Carolyn gave me your number and said that you were open-minded and you may be somebody that would be interested in renewable energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she speaks very highly of you. How long have you guys known each other?
Probably about 2 years.
Okay, awesome. Well, she speaks very highly of you and she talks about how you go green with everything. She talked about how every time she turns around, you're getting on her about going green about something. So you actually would be a somebody that could be of interest to me and for yourself and your family to do something with renewable energy. So I wanted to share with you about what we're doing in your local area. We're here in the Texas area connecting with homeowners. She also mentioned that you actually own a home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Are you the decision maker? Before we get into the conversation, I want to make sure I'm talking to the right person.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So we're actually connecting with families about renewable energy. And I know in the Houston area, I live in the area as well. It has been really crazy with the blackouts, the increases in energy, the things that are going on with CenterPoint. Have you been affected by any of that?
Yeah, we had a couple of days of no electricity with the tornado and the hurricane.
My goodness. And if you were able to rectify that by making certain that you had blackout coverage, would you be open to knowing how you could do that?
Yeah, I'm always open for information.
Awesome. Well, what we're doing is we're actually in the solar industry, and the solar industry has been booming. And we're doing so many things with the families here in Houston to where we can take that energy bill and remove it from your life, exchange it for solar, which is powered by the sun. Isn't that awesome? If the sun can power something in my home, it would be so awesome as opposed to me having to pay CenterPoint for energy that I cannot receive all the time, especially if there's a tornado or a hurricane. So definitely would love to give you some more detailed specifics about how this can add value to you and your family. You may or may not qualify for the program that we have. But what I'd like to do with you, Angel, is to get some more information from you. So let me ask you, how long have you actually owned your property?
For about 4 years.
Okay. Would you say that your roof is in good condition or excellent condition?
I'm not sure.
Okay. When was the house built?
The house was built in about 2017.
Okay. So there's a very strong possibility that you have a good condition roof unless it was affected by the hail or maybe hurricane damage that you just don't know or haven't been made aware of. But even with that, we can definitely still add value to you and your family. So what I'd like to do with you, Angel, if you do me a favor, do you know anything about your kilowatts, the amount of kilowatts that you've used over the past year
No, I
for your
have
energy
no
bill?
idea. No, not
Okay.
really.
Okay. How do you normally receive your bill? Is it online or do you actually get it in the mail?
I get it online.
Okay. So what I'd like to do with you is give you a complimentary conversation between myself and my mentor. I'm brand new to the solar industry, and I want to make sure that we answer all of your questions correctly and intelligently. So I would like for you to send me your actual full bill, not just the first page, which indicates how much you have to pay for the electricity, but I want you to send over your full bill to me so that we can assess it with you complimentary. It won't cost you a thing. We'll do it via Zoom so that we don't inconvenience you or your family. On average, how much are you paying for energy?
Um, well, I don't know what on average, but I believe my last bill was about 250 around.
Wow. Well, I definitely can show you some ways for us to be able to support you in getting those numbers down. So let's work on that together, and I'll definitely get you in contact with an expert in my field that can help us to identify how we can add value to you and your family by way of renewable energy. What is a good day for you? I have a couple of slots on Monday and Tuesday in the morning and the evening.
I'm not sure. Let me see. I do have a couple of questions though, because I do like going green, but I keep on hearing, I haven't, I had some door knockers that knocked on my door, but I just never really went to there because I had a couple of people that had really bad experiences with solar.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you were saying that, some people still had bills and stuff like that, even though, the company um had had said that they weren't going to get a bill. And then, and another friend of mine, they had like the company went bankrupt. And
Oh my
so
goodness, that is so
yeah,
unfortunate.
so
Oh
that's
my
why I really
goodness.
didn't, ever pull the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand that, but we are a long-standing company. As a matter of fact, we're working with the number one installer in the United States. It's called Freedom Forever. They are a strong, reputable business with several thousand, hundred thousands of installs, and they aren't going anywhere. They've been around for several years, and they are super reputable. You can actually Google them to identify some reviews on how successful they have been in the industry. And so that will help you to be more secure in knowing that we're a viable, long-standing brand. Secondly, when it came to the billing, I hate to hear something like that. That's terribly unfortunate. But you will receive a little connector from the actual energy company in the area because you still are attached to the grid. So because of the attachment to the grid, that can't be eliminated. So it's normally anywhere from $4 to $7 a month on average, but you will actually see the savings as you shift to the renewable energy because your billing will come directly through the renewable energy source, which is your solar through our organization, and you won't have dual billing. So you're exchanging the bill that you currently have and connecting to the solar so that over time you can eliminate the bill altogether. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Absolutely. So are you going to be available Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, or Tuesday afternoon? Which one is going to work better for you?
Let's do Tuesday morning.
Awesome. I'll get you set at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Which one of those time slots works best for your schedule?
10 works for me.
Perfect. Well, go ahead and give me that energy bill. Are you able to go ahead and pull that up for me now? Because I want to definitely make sure that we get that in the email so I can have it for you and I don't have to bother you again later on today to get it. Can you go ahead and send that over to me? Let me give you my email. Can you pull that up?
Okay. Give me a second to log in.
Sure. How's your day going so far?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you
I'm
have a busy
excited.
day
It's
today?
weekend, so I'm excited.
Yes. Yes. Are you going to be out and about or are you going to be at home today?
I'm trying to get some rest today.
Listen, it's nothing wrong with a little bit of R&R. It's important that we do that. I think we take for granted that we need to do that. We need to take care of ourselves. So I'm with you on the R&R.
Yep.
After I get off with you, I'm going to get off this phone and get some rest too.
Okay, I just sent it over to your email.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me make sure I received it. Yep, Angel, I
Must have been
have the
something. Zoop.
information. I got it. I received it. So thanks again for your time, Angel. We look forward to talking to you on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. sharp. We'll talk to you then.
Okay, talk to you then.
All righty.
All right, all right, all right. So I like you show you never sold solar before? You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Look,
listen. I
like
was
you've
so
been in the
nervous. I
game
didn't know
for a
what to do
minute.
with myself.
But
I was so nervous. I'm over here shaking. I'm shaking under the table, like, ooh.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something though. One, the confidence, the poise, just the purpose. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff is your preparation is I can tell. Right now you're further along. And no, you just got active. When we had the Houston event, you know what I'm saying? You just basically that's when you came back, got to the meeting, and guys started basically and said, "Hey, look, I'm ready to rock and roll." And so I don't know how much time you put in since then, or when you really nailed it down, focus time, but your preparation shows. Right? You've been a student shows. I appreciate that, and that's one thing more than anything that just jumped off the screen when I'm just watching you do this thing. And so you're a lot further along than a lot of people who've been in this deal for a minute, and so I appreciate that part. And I saw he's just over there writing stuff down, scribbling stuff down. So anytime you got one of the experts scribbling, you did something right. So, but for off the gate, the one thing I do want to do is this: you don't want to ask a person, how they're doing. Yeah, that's the first thing. Hey Angel, this is coffee. Good morning. And so just good morning, and just stop, because or good afternoon or good evening, and just stop. And that way she can say good morning, or she can say good evening or don't ask her how she's doing, because what happens is if she's having a bad day, she's going to tell you, and that's going to take you down a rabbit hole. So, so that's one thing. Take how you doing out of that. Just good morning, and or good afternoon. And when you stop, she's got to say something, right? And so then let her respond. Okay. The other thing I like is that you were on purpose. You jumped right into it, talked about the connection, who referred you, that type of thing. You didn't beat around the bush. Jump right into it. Okay. I love the fact that one of the questions you had, oh, isn't that awesome? Like that, the energy with that, the playfulness with that, just to collect the familiarity that one little question with that energy did for her. I know if it did it to me, it did it to her. So, isn't that awesome? Just that even if I wasn't looking at you, I can hear the smile. I can hear that energy. That's important. Again, the takeaway: you may not qualify for the program. That's important. Again, so don't think that everybody qualifies. You may not actually qualify for this situation. And so now, hold on. What do you mean I might not qualify? And so okay, well, let's forget the rest of what you're talking about. Let's qualify now. I know I can qualify. Make a person, you take it away from her, and so, but third party credibility, guys, just is really, really important. So Carol, who referred Angel or referred, Coffee to Angel, basically is giving her the end. And so she's coming with credibility out the gate. And so, and the last thing that Angel wants to do is ruin a relationship or blow somebody out of the water that somebody was referred to, she was referred from somebody who they know, mutual friends. So going back there, but asking for the bill. One thing about the bill, that when you ask for the bill, make sure you have a reason to give it to them. But they give it to you. It's a bartering system. You know what I'm saying? So, so when you get that bill, I need that bill, one, because our solar engineer they're gonna prepare this proposal for you. And they're gonna be the ones that I'm gonna be working with closely to help you get your bill knocked down. For my goal is at least 25% to maybe 35%, and that way. Now that if I'll gladly give you my bill if you can drop my bill from 25 to 35%. So that's like a big claim. That's your big claim. So normally we get 25%. Sometimes we get more, but I won't know until I get that bill, right? And so if you can send me that bill, boom, 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 that the barter system, make sure you're giving something back to that person for giving you that bill. Validation of the install. Oh, you know what? I can appreciate, one, you agreed, two, I appreciate the way you came back in with the installer to validate, who we are doing business with and how long they've been around, how many installs they've done. So we can go ahead and put that at rest. You can put that at ease. You ain't have to. That's one thing you'll never have to worry about us is challenges with the installer. And so they're not like us. Okay, and so we're the best. 2 days and 2 times, right? And so it's some people that say, it's Monday or Tuesday better for you. Is Monday or Tuesday in the afternoon or evening better for you? I have a couple slots in both. Okay, very, very accommodative. Because you got to get that appointment. That way you once you got that appointment, you can follow up before that appointment to remind that individual they need to be in place. And I would definitely say, do the reminder hours ahead of time, because they may be out, especially it's today's Saturday. Monday is a long time away. And things happen, things pop up, people get phone calls and text messages that they'll gladly put you off, to do. If somebody calling you and it's, hey, look, let's go have a spa day or something, let's go to the bar or something, let's go have happy hour, whatever it is, and they forgot about the meeting, they're nothing personal, but they're done. And by the time you call them, just say, hey, we're still on, and because you call them because they're not on Zoom, right? Because you didn't follow up. Oh, you can hear the music in the background, or you can hear the dial tone, or you can hear it being forwarded to somebody's voice message. You want to follow up hours before that appointment to make sure that they're reminded, make sure they're in place with a Zoom and stuff like that. Also, to make sure that if they flake out on you, you can let the actual presenter know. You want to let the mentor know. Okay, not up to the last moment. And then let's see here. I like how you said, if you while we're on, because the be back bus don't come back. You don't get the bill now, you might not ever get it. So while we're on, once you go ahead and email me the bill, because I don't want to have to bother you later on, because I will bother you. I will call you back. I don't want to just go ahead and get it right now. Let's get it out the way so you can go to sleep, take your nap. and so that's get the bill now. Right, get it now, send it to me now while we're on the phone, and boom. And so those are just the things that I got. I appreciate, the way, again, you jumping in here. I didn't know it was gonna go that way, so don't think I gave y'all a ringer and this was fixed. This fight was not fixed. I promise you. It just looked like that. It was good. So Idris, you got something you want to share real quick?
No, absolutely. I second everything you said. Kofi did a great job. And I think this is the example of someone actually personalizing and internalizing, I should say, the script, right? Not sure how much or how many calls you've already made, but once again, as Mr. Bean said, it shows that you kind of like internalize it and you know what the goal is and you know exactly where you're trying to get to, which is the appointment. So being personable is extremely important because people don't want to speak to robots. So, you added your personality into that, which was great. You asked the setup question, which is good. You asked Angel, does she know the kilowatts on the bill? So the reality is most homeowners don't know that. So that was a setup for you to get the bill and actually demand it, which was great as well. And then also Angel hit you with a setup question when she asked about she didn't understand something. So remember, I would say just as a rule of thumb, just to remember that we always want to lead to the consultation. And don't want to answer too many questions over the phone because if you do, then the homeowner may not think that it's needed to have the consultation anymore because now you become the expert instead of the expert being the expert. But other than that, it was absolutely amazing. Great job.
Yeah,
Idris, I had a question for you. I have a question for you, both of y'all. The questions that Angel asked, in order to get her on a call, do you think the kind of questions that she asked, do you think those questions needed to be answered? Because I think those questions kind of needed to be answered, but I'm not sure.
Which one? Which question did you ask? Did you ask Angel?
You remember she asked about she said she was apprehensive because the company
Yeah, I gave her some
bankruptcy and the
objections.
bill. Yeah, she gave me two objections.
Gave her some objections that I get on the field when I go around and talk about solar. So one is that some people had a lot of bankruptcy. The company went bankrupt, and then the other one was about people that had two bills. That they thought that they were only going to have one solar bill, but then they ended up having a utility bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
With it.
Okay. And so my rule is on this: a simple question, easily answered. Something really like something that doesn't require that, like if it's because you don't want to be evasive. So you don't want to be like, hey, you can answer all of this, but something simple like that, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. But if any type of major, questions, whatever, but that's why we're doing the consultation. That's why we're meeting with the engineer, the professional, like you just said. But something like that, if it's a quick concern, oh yeah, now you can fight for the installer because you got those stats. Those are just like you got benefits like the 30% tax credit. It raises 4% the benefits as far as raising the value of the house to a certain extent. The bullet points for freedom and the freedom that helps. Those are things that can actually help seal the deal and get you to a place of comfort to get that person on there. But anything major for sure. If it's not a bullet point situation and that they have questions about it, the system, pricing, financing, how much money I'm gonna get back or how much money my bill is gonna be or whatever it is. Yeah, 100% of those questions go straight to the engineer, straight to the presentation. That's the only reason, like he just said, the more and more questions you actually answer that are gonna be covered, in that presentation, the more of a presentation you are actually doing. Right. And so now you're actually doing a disservice because that's the thing that keeps me in a position where I don't answer a lot of questions. That's why you also got to be in a hurry. But being in a hurry, that wouldn't have helped in that situation. That was a legitimate situation, that a legitimate concern that she had at that time that you were able to address. Now, anything after that, now you pick and choose, something simple, yeah. But something major, boom. Something that she can't make a decision on, boom. Send all of that directly to the big event. But Idris, you got something?
Yeah, the question that Angel asked about the company, Coffee basically gave a reassurance with the bullet points that you mentioned, which was perfect. That was definitely needed. But sometimes I'll just be careful about answering the two bills, because the reality is when some homeowners go solar, they do have two bills, and it's on purpose. Right. And their two bills with their utility company and solar still comes out lower than what they're currently paying with their utility company themselves. So you don't want to set yourself up by saying one thing and then it actually being something different. So that's what I would just kind of redirect that to the reason for the consultation.
I have two bills. Like right now, like the way my house is set up, I have 13 arrays, different arrays on my roof. So as big as my roof is, I can't put all the panels on it because there's too many nooks and crannies. And so I can 72%, of energy, when it comes to my house. So that's the exact, reason why he says you don't want to answer that question, because we don't know what your roof looks like. We don't know the arrays, and so that's why you got to get to redirect it back to the actual presentation, because, everybody's roof is not set up the same, right? And so we got to make sure once they take a look at it, they can tell you if you can get 100%, or whatever it is, but just got to get you on that Zoom for that. And so that's very, very important. Appreciate that, Idris.
Yep.
So the people that have those real low bills, like the 4%, I mean, like I have a friend of mine who I was prospecting, but they already have solar. Their bill is like $4 a month. So they must have 100% solar then, because they just have a connection fee.
Connection fee.
Ideally. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
This
it.
is, take that word for a person who has solar, or a person who's going to take bill out of that equation.
Okay.
Okay. Connection fee. It's just a connection fee. Remember, if you say bill, it don't matter if it's $440 or $400. It's a bill, and bill that's a cantankerous word. That's one of the words that'll kill your bill. It's like cancer. People don't want to hear nothing about another bill, right? And so it's you're gonna have the actual lower bill. Have your lower energy costs per month. It's a lot lower than what you're paying now, and then you're gonna have a connection fee. So use a connection fee instead of bill. Take bill out of your vocabulary when it comes to connection fees. All right. So y'all go ahead and switch up. Let me see here. And then we'll have Laura come through and do her thing. So Angel,
Oh,
what you
Angel
want?
calling me now?
What's she gonna call you? Throw the table on her real
Call
quick.
me. I can't wait to meet Angel. I can't wait to be with Angel in person. Call me, girl.
The pressure. Let's go
Right.
with working on my closes. So let's go with objections and closing.
Okay. Got it.
So we already did the one-on-one. You've watched the video now. And so we're gonna go from there, right?
Okay.
You've already watched the whole video, the presentation. So
Okay.
all right. So Coffee, tell me, what did you like the most about what you saw?
Hey, Angel girl. Angel, listen, I know that I told you that I would be available right now, but I literally am trying to cook and get out of here real quick. I got a whole nother situation that I need to deal with. So can we make this like really quick, or can you just call me back at another time? Because I'm super busy. I'm sorry.
Sure, absolutely. I can make it really quick. So, what did you like most about what you
I mean,
saw?
like 5 minutes or less, because I really got to go.
Absolutely. You got
Okay.
it.
All right.
All right. So, what did you like the most about what you saw?
Um, to be honest with you, Angel, I didn't watch the whole thing. The guy was so boring. So I just watched a little bit of it and then I got off. So I honestly I can't really tell you what happened because I'm telling you the guy was really boring and I thought he was gonna be like you know, with a great personality and everything, but that wasn't the case.
I get it. No worries. What I can do right now is we can actually go ahead and watch this really quick 3-minute video. How about that?
Right now?
Yeah, because it's gonna be in your 5 minutes, right?
Okay, hold on one second. Let me hold on one second. Let me tell my husband that it's gonna be 10 minutes. Hold on, Angel. Hold on.
Okay, okay.
Babe. Yeah, I'm on with Angel. You know the lady from the solar place. Yeah, okay. Can I get an extra 5 minutes? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, thanks, babe. Okay. He said I got 10 minutes max, Angel. So let's go. Roll it.
All right, let's go. All right, I'm playing the video now. All right, I'm playing you the sizzle video. All right, so now the video's ended. Well, from what you saw just now, Coffee, what did you like the most?
Listen, the income earning opportunity is ridiculous. But let me ask you a question. You know, I've heard about this stuff before and it sounds real good. It sounds so wonderful. But what do I have to do? Because I don't have a whole lot of time in my life to add anything else on my plate.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, me too. And a lot of people that I have spoken to are the same. That's the reason why I'm talking to you, because you are busy. You got everything that you need with what you're concentrating on, as well for your business. So what we do is we actually help business owners like yourself, add a full service solar division to what you're already doing. So what you do is now you're able to add that income by just referring, right? We got to know each other because we're already referring anyways. We go to these network events. Why? Because we refer. So when was the last time that you got paid 3,500 to 10K for your referral?
Well, to be honest with you, that's a normal thing for us. However, to add additional income, I'm never opposed to adding more income. But again, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to call anybody. I don't want to ask anybody to do something different. So how am I supposed to add this to my company when it sounds like I still have to connect with people, which I don't want to do because we've been referral based for some years now, and I don't really have to talk to people anymore. We've built a network.
Yeah, that's great. And you've already since you built the network, that's awesome, right? Because now you already have a network to actually just send this out. How would it be for you? How do you usually update your network? Do you send out an email or how do
We
you
do
do?
email blasts and text blasting.
Okay, well, just the same thing that you're doing already now for your clients. How about you just sending another email that said, "Hey, we value your business with us, and we have added a solar division to to help our customers, right? To help our customers, offset their energy bills, right? And go from renting to owning
Renting to owning what?
their energy,
Oh, how long
right?
does that take, Angel? Because that sounds suspect. How long does that take?
For you to send an email?
No, for you to own energy. That sounds very suspicious. But how long does that take?
Oh, it's not as suspicious at all, right? Because think about it. If you're using the electricity company, you're
Mhm.
renting, right? Your energy from them, right? And it's the same thing as a home. So if you're renting a home or you're owning your home, same thing as electricity. You're renting electricity if you're utilizing the utility company. But if you utilize the solar panels, you can actually now own your energy, right? Because now not only will you have a fixed cost, you can now there's an end date, right? Just like your home, your rent, you have a mortgage right now, but once you pay off your mortgage, you own that home. You will now own, once you pay off your solar panels, you will own your energy as well.
Girl, that home that mortgages are 30 years. Most people don't keep that house, girl. They keep it moving. So let me ask you a question since we're on this subject. If I decide to move and sell the property, how does that affect me with this solar situation if my husband and I decided that we wanted to take it back? And do I make money off of my own solar energy, by the way?
Oh, absolutely. I love those questions. So number one, right, you actually can do is the same thing as you do with your home. It becomes an asset. It's part of your home. Put the price of that into the sale of your home, and the new owners will come in, and guess what? They got zero electricity bill coming in. I have a friend, she's super excited. She bought a home with some solar panels in it, and she said, I love it. I can't believe that. I've got another friend in Las Vegas right now. Guess what? This world is changing, hun. He just moved into an apartment with solar panels in there, and he's super excited. He's like, Vegas electricity is 600 to 700. So the world is innovating, and it's something that we're going to be able to be a part of, and it's exciting to see how the world is changing.
Okay, so you still didn't answer my question. How long is it gonna take how long is it for this solar thing for me to own the solar? I want to know how long it's gonna
That's
take for
all on
this to be
you.
paid for.
So yeah, that's all on you. If you want to pay off of it early, if you want to just own it right away, you can pay cash, just the same as a mortgage payment, hun, or a car
And so
payment.
how much does it cost?
Oh, so that's a great question. And what I want to do for you is to get you onto a consultation with one of our solar engineers, because anything that has to do with that is going to be with our engineers, because it's not a one size fit all, right? So it just depends on how much you consume, your home, and everything. There's a lot of factors that's involved, and I wouldn't want to give you some misinformation, right?
Okay.
So how about we do that? How about we go ahead and put it on the calendar, right?
How about we not, Angel? Because I have to ask my husband if he's interested. I can't put nothing on the calendar without him because we make decisions,
Absolutely.
especially big decisions like this together. So let me
Absolutely.
talk to him and then get back with you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and ask him right now, when is a good time for both
Oh,
of
I'm not
you?
gonna ask him right now. He's in the middle of something. I already stretched it by asking for 5 more minutes.
Yeah, so you already asked him for 5 more minutes. So ask him, come on, ask him for another for a date. And
No,
then
ma'am.
we'll be off
No.
right in time.
No, ma'am. No, I'm gonna talk to him independently of you to discuss this further with him and see if he's interested. Is there some information that I can share with him from you?
Uh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to get all that information on the call. So how about this? How about I call you back? When are you going to be done with, I know you got to go, so definitely don't want to waste your time. So when are you going to be done with that? I can give you a call back. That way you can have that private time to talk to him, and then we'll schedule a time. Like
I won't be back in
6
town
o'clock.
until next Thursday, Angel.
So you're leaving right now, right, to get out?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be
Okay.
back in town next Thursday.
You'll be back in town next Thursday? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you mind if I go ahead and text you sometime this week to get
That's fine, and
that
we can
number?
set up a
Because I
time
know
from
you're
there.
out
That's
of
fine.
town, so I'll just text you. Don't have to be a bother, but I know you at least have that 5 minutes to, get some, a real specific date down, and we'll go from there. How about that?
All right, Angel. Well, thank you for your time. I hate to have to run, but duty call.
No worries. We'll chat soon.
All righty, thanks.
And so
Thanks.
iron, you want something about iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Iron sharpens iron. And so you're gonna have people who are just like, everything is not gonna be easy. This is not la la land. You're gonna have people just like that, unbearable people, just like that unbearable woman who just did that great call with Angel. She put Angel to the limit, but Angel was up for it. Basically, Angel composed herself, kept her composure. She sat down through all that drama, in the first 2 minutes, and for somebody who didn't have but five, right? And so the pushback, I'm like, Coffee did everything she could to push Angel away and make Angel say, you know what? I can't deal with this. But And to say, you know
Either
what?
was like, whatever.
Sizzle video. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 minutes. Yeah, you said you had five. Yeah, I got three. I got a 3 minute sizzle video. She
And
went
then I
into
got 10.
then you got 10
And
out
then
of
she got 10. Then she tried to make me tell my husband, like, oh, no, we'll talk to him right now.
she's
No,
supposed to. And she's
I love
supposed
it.
to. I want
I
something
love it.
the busy people, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, first of all, the agreement drill. Most of you guys, you're going to learn about the agreement drill during the Grant Cardone program. When you get pushback, remember, and then network marketing, for those of you who have network marketing experience, is going to be something like, I understand exactly how you feel. You know, a lot of people felt the same exact way. Well, this is what we got found, or this is what I found, right? And so you're going to agree with her. You know, I get it. I understand. Oh, I totally agree. 100%. Whatever you want it, whatever you are, however you want to agree. But this is what we do. I understand you got to go, but and I only have 5 minutes. You know, let's go ahead and do this sizzle video. Boom. And so she talked about the busy people. I love doing business with busy people because busy people, you know, they have a lot going on, which means that they have influence, they have influence, whatever it is. But I love dealing with busy people. Busy people have value for time, like I have value for yours. But you solved a actual problem with her busy schedule. We have a full service, you know, a full service solar division. You know, so that's the thing we're going to do. We're basically, you know, one-stop shopping. Once we get you this business in a box, once we get you set up, we're running everything on our side. And so she took that away from Kofi. You know, so she took it away from it. So full service solar division solved the problem. Then the question was, when's the last time you actually got paid $3,500 for a referral? Well, great question. And I'm gonna just tell you, you only got that answer. You know, you only gonna get the answer she gave you 0.5% of the time. The other 99.5% of the time is like it's gonna be never. All right.
Exactly.
That's one heck of a question. So when's the last time you were paid $3,500 for a referral? Boom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that part. So that was awesome. Solve the problem by using something that she already has in place as well. So again, these are things like when she talked about, well, I just don't want another job. You don't need one. You're already paying people to ask, or you already have an email system going out. Your actual influence, your brand, your resume, your relationships is already set to do the heavy work. Once they get the email, it's just going to update them on now you have a new service to offer. Basically, so stop making excuses. We got the solutions. Right.
She
And
took
so
away every excuse. I loved it.
Yeah. And
That was
so
awesome.
I like the fact that you went from renting solar, versus owning solar. Using mortgages. It's just like your house. When a person buys a house, most people don't buy a house cash. Some do, most don't. The majority of people who buy solar will always use financing. They'll never. Most people, you have a very small few who will pay cash, just like your mortgage, and you'll own it just like you don't own it until you pay it off. Just like your house, you don't own it until you pay it off. It's the same exact thing. And like how you would say, it's up to you, darling, honey, sweetheart. You pay it off whenever you want to pay it off. You can pay it off in cash. You can pay it off 2 years from now, 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? She killing her with kindness, son, darling. You know what I'm saying? So,
And Mr. Bean, I love the fact that she didn't give a time stamp on it, because I've heard some people give a time stamp like, oh, it's financed for 25 years or whatever the case might be, but she put no time stamp on it, and that was super powerful. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna add that to me too, because that was powerful when she did that. That was powerful.
Because that kills the deal a lot of times. Now, remember I told you the word bill, right? 25 years. So if you can get away without saying it and get around it without saying it, they're gonna explain all of that at the actual. Just go back to that because things happen. There are different ways we finance through leasing, purchases, whatever. I'd rather you discuss that with them because every situation is different. Like you said, don't give a timestamp on it. That was awesome. And then you use stories. My friend, I have another friend, and times are changing. So now that social proof, things are going on, things are happening around you. You late to the game, type situation. And so you got to catch up, right? And then basically protecting her. Let me see here. Obviously, when she pushed back and said, "Oh, but you still didn't answer my question," and then boom, you turn around and addressed it. You got rid of it. And so let's go ahead and put this to bed. And so then when she pushed you off, so you know what, I got to go. You're just gonna have people that's got it. That's how they move. And so what happens is I got it. I already got the foundation set established. You ain't got it. That's a battle to fight a whole nother day. What we're gonna do is this. Do I have permission to at least text you to set up a time, that we can revisit the situation? Because I'm not done with you. So, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, all right, good. So
Period. I'm not done with you. I like that.
so you now we're gonna just expect a text message from me in the middle of the week, and that way you can tell me after you had this conversation with your husband, who you refuse to talk to, in the next 2 minutes, asking for a date. I'll get that date when I text you, and so now you're good. That's a legitimate call. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's pressure, man. I don't know if I could have handled it like that up under that type of pressure put on you, boy, I tell you. So that's the thing, guys. This is why you role play. This is how you get it in. And so real quick, I want to know we're a little bit past the time. If you got to go, go. But I do want to do one last one, and with Laura, because Laura's always been great at what she does. And so Laura, I'll go with you. Whatever you want to call me about, let's do it, and we'll put a button on it.
Awesome, Mr. Bean. Thank you so much. Yeah. Listen, I would really love to do peak interest to a realtor, because that's the market that I'm looking to penetrate at this point in time. I know some realtors, and I want to approach them about partnering with me in solar. So that's what I'd like to do. So ready? Ring, ring.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Bean. This is Laura. I'm with Encore Solar, and the reason for my call today is that I'm looking to help you save homeowners up to 20 to 40% on their power bills. So do you have a moment for a brief conversation right now?
Actually, Laura, we actually have partnerships already with different companies, like Ambit Energy and stuff like that. So we already have a referral source. So this probably wouldn't be something for me.
Oh, I totally understand. I totally understand. There's some great companies out there, and the company that I represent right now is helping realtors like yourself to make anywhere between $3,500 to $10,000 on a referral. I don't know if the other companies have that ability. So I'd love to just share with you what we do at this time, and then you can make an informed decision if you want to move forward or not. So do you have 5 minutes right now to, for me to be able to share this with you?
3,500.
Yeah, five.
What
Five
again?
is good. All right, awesome. Listen, so what I want to do is that, you already know that solar helps to save homeowners money, and but it also increases their property value. Did you know that? Were you aware of that?
Not really. Not really. No, we're not really big on solar over here in these parts.
Okay. And why is that?
We're just one of those people who we have low bills. People don't complain about their bills around here.
Mm-hmm. Well, that may be right now, but as you know, I'm sure that you've experienced already, either personally or with your clients, that bills continually go up. They won't be the same next year as they are this year. So in the future, people's bills are going to continue to go up, and what we can help offer them is a set payment that will not go up for the entire length of their payment to pay for their solar panels. So by collaborating, we can actually provide your clients with tailored solar solutions that meet their needs. I mean, that what we do and how we do that is we do a one-on-one cost analysis with your clients in order for them to see side by side what they're paying currently now and how solar could save them. Now, actually, Mr. Bean, it doesn't save everybody. But in America, there are 90 million homes out there that qualify for solar. And so those are the ones that we're looking for, the ones that qualify and that we can help them save money. So I think this could be a win-win situation for both of us, but most importantly for your clients. So can you watch with me right now a quick 5-minute video that shows how realtors are really benefiting from this?
Right now, Laura, I really can't watch a video. I'm literally on the floor. I'm answering the phone. I answered your call. because I got floor duty right now, and so I'm taking phone calls from incoming calls. This is the only time I get my opportunity to have my leads that come in, from our calls. So this would be a good time. But if you can send it to me, that'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's the best email to send it to you?
Sam at Solar Pro. Solar
Okay,
Pro.
great. All right, I'll send that right over. Now, Sam, when will you be able to watch that? Because I know you're on the floor right now and you're busy. And so would you be able to watch it later on this evening and we would be able to have a follow-up conversation at that time, or would tomorrow morning be better?
Yeah, I normally would like to have the weekdays for these type of calls and these type of transactions better for me because once I leave the office here, it being a weekend, I just want to spend it with my family.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. So would Monday or Tuesday be better?
I could do Monday.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm going to send this video to you and then I'm going to call you on Monday. Would it be better to call you in the morning or in the afternoon?
Early mornings better.
All right. Would you like 8:30 or 9?
Um, I have a 9. What about I can do as early as 10.
10 o'clock. Okay. Well, I'm gonna lock you in at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Monday, this coming Monday, and we'll have a quick conversation. One of the things I'm gonna want to know is what did you like best about what you saw on the video? And then we will move from there to see how it can definitely benefit you in your role as a realtor and with your current clients that you already have.
Okay. I
Okay.
definitely look forward to talking to you on Monday. See you at 10 o'clock and we'll go from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just want to be able to share with you how you can be able to earn $3,500 to $10,000 on these deals that we would put together. Okay?
All
I'll see
right.
you then. Have an
All right.
amazing weekend. Enjoy your family.
Awesome. Okay, good deal. And guys, so you look at like calling a realtor. First of all, you have realtors who think they know everything. You got some realtors who have real big egos. You have realtors who are under the mindset that solar is bad. They can't sell homes that have solar on them, or they can't. Basically, people gonna get stuck with liens, all kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that. But one of the most things is this: a lot of realtors focus on money. Okay, and saying again, and they don't like clocks. They don't like to work. Basically, a lot of realtors, majority of realtors want easy money. Actually, matter of fact, if you know this for a fact, less than in the U.S., less than 1%. So less than one person. Let me just say this: less than one person. Well, the average person sells less than one house per year on average. Let me say that the average person sells less than one house per year. Most people just have licenses. And so if you have a person you're calling that's in the office, they may have a couple of deals because the average sales still for people who are actively in offices on average is still low. And keep in mind when you're calling the market, know that it's slow right now and interest rates are high. And so you want to make sure you hit some pain points, right? And then Dr. Arlene is on here, so I want to make sure that Dr. Arlene talks to this as well because she calls realtors on a regular basis. And so when you look at me, if I'm calling you, one I want to ask you those type of questions real quick here. What I've done is partner with a lot of real estate agents and brokers. We have people all around the U.S. right now who are really diversifying with us and they're adding a whole entirely new portfolio of money to their book of business based on their past clientele and resource that they have available to them. And so, as a matter of fact, the realtors that I'm working with, that they're getting an average of anywhere from $3,500 to $10,000 per transaction, based on the people who go solar with us. And so, that's pretty much again. I want to double down with you. That's why I'm actually calling, to find out: are you working with a solar rep right now? Are you partnering with a solar company right now? Okay, and so that's one of those things. Also, you talk about when you want to talk about the realtors who are like, if I don't know a lot about realtors, but right now you need to catch up because if you go to green dot real dot was it green dot realtor or whatever, I forgot the name of the website. I gotta get that website, but it's a website for real estate agents that are certified to do clean energy, certified to do solar. So it's a whole entire demographic of realtors that are working directly in the solar industry when it comes to listing and selling homes. And so it's a category that they're missing out on. And so you're basically educating that person at the same time. So that's something you can add there. When it comes to the ease of it. So right now we're showing people how to instead of getting paid once on every home that they sell, how to get paid twice on every home they sell. Right. And so again, imagine you actually get a $6,000 for a commission for a $200,000 house you sold, and then you turn around based on the same credibility that you have, no sale involved, having a person add is a basic add-on, add a person, add solar to that deal. Now, instead of a $6,000 commission, you're somewhere between $10,000 to $15,000 on that commission because you got paid twice on one deal instead of just once. Okay. And so you want to remember your big claim to a realtor is big money and ease, simplicity, not taking a lot of their time out of their way, out of the calendar in a busy day, that type of stuff. So make sure when you always go back and agree and then address, the objections and stay with the big claim. Always, whatever I said, agree with it, because of the agreement drill, address it, and then go back to the big claim. That intention is to make sure that I see extreme value, with what you're doing, and that you get that meeting, and that I understand that I'm gonna make that meeting because of how much money that's on the actual table. And so when you're going back to asking questions, I know right now I deal with a lot of, and this is what you do, I deal with a lot of realtors and brokers nationwide. Okay. And it don't matter what state they're in, it's slow for a lot of offices. And also the interest rates are so high for some people that some people are not qualifying houses, and people are not buying houses even if they qualify, because they don't want to pay, that exorbitant amount of money. And so are you seeing the same things in your office? Right. And so now you're bringing that reality close to them and creating a pain point, because if they don't have a pain point that they're aware of, you can make them aware of it. Right. And so and then all of a sudden, are you the brokered office? No. But at the end of the day, you have a lot of other realtors that are in your network when you go to your networking events, that when they start, selling solar or whatever, because you introduce it to them, you can override every solar job that they actually introduce to us. And you make anywhere from $600 to $2,000 based on every install that they do. And so now you may not be in the same city or same state, but that real estate agent is now, a part of your network. And every time they do it, we get an installation from them, you get paid. So you want to you always want to be looking for a lot of different ways to introduce more and more money, more and more revenue to those individuals. And so, so I had typed down, give me a reason to watch the video. Then you closed out, with it. But I want you to go back to that big claim more and more, multiple times in that conversation, instead of waiting for it, because you may have lost me, doing
Right.
that. And if
Get
you
them
wait,
earlier.
what I'm saying? So, but that's it. So, Dr. Arlene, as somebody who calls realtors on a regular basis, can you give us some feedback, one, and then some tips, two?
Feedback one is that realtors, and I hope we don't have any realtors on this particular call, they're a different breed of arrogance.
You're right. You're
right. They are. So they require multiple touches before they start opening themselves up to listening to you, and before they start opening themselves up to their book of clients to you. So that would be number one. So I actually use LinkedIn, and I use the script that Mr. Bean has, and it's a 3-4 series script of text that you send through messaging through LinkedIn to connect with realtors. And then I put them on a drip campaign from there. What do I mean by a drip campaign? I go back into my LinkedIn messages, and every 3 weeks, I go back and I'm touching a realtor again. So it takes quite a few touches for realtors to actually start opening up and to respect you. When I'm getting my initial calls with them and my initial books with them, they are most of the ones that I've gotten the initial call with, the initial Zoom, were individuals who responded by the third text message that they wanted to get on a call. And on that call, I tried 2 ways with them. One is to show the realtor video. However, they are more receptive to speaking with you, hearing what you have to say, and being able to for you to answer those questions versus sitting and watching a video. So making sure that you actually listen to you ask questions. I ask questions as Mr. B mentioned, do you have a solo pro that you work with right now? And if they do, I ask about that solo pro's referral process or referral system. What are they getting in return from that solo pro? This way I can get an idea as to what they're currently getting and how that compares to us, and show them the value of partnering with me versus partnering with their current solo pro. If they do have one, I go back to the doctor example. If you have a doctor and you get a diagnosis, sometimes you want a second opinion because you want to confirm that that diagnosis is correct. Well, it's the same here. You can work with multiple solo pros, and if you're not, your clients have options to go get additional information, and I would be one of those options for you. So those are the approaches that I'm using with realtors. Matter of fact, the call time that we had, I got a realtor from my networking group, and I called that realtor while we were on our call party and booked her for Monday at 3. And it's strictly about her referral. She knew nothing about solar, right? She did not have a solar pro. So I went directly into, here's what we have to offer. And if you would like more information, let's go ahead and book a time for Zoom. And that's exactly what we did. And when I say, here's what we have to offer, I did a really quick synopsis. I said, you have a current book of clients, you have a future book of clients. Those clients will go solar. The only question is, will they go solar with you, or will they go solar with someone else? And then I said, we have the opportunity for you as a realtor to, one, directly, if you want to be completely hands-off, directly refer, and you can earn anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per referral. Or if you want to be a little bit more hands-on, then we have the option for you to work with a mentor who will close the sale, but it would be your responsibility to bring the bill and the client to the table. I said, and 3, if you are a closer yourself, then you have the opportunity within our system to be a closer. And then from there, I went straight into booking the appointment with her. So when I meet with her on Monday, I'm going through a question and answer with her about income, about dream building, about how to add an additional revenue stream. And then the last part is going to be the compensation and the closing to whether affiliate, consultant, or builder. And that's what I do.
Okay. Yeah. So quick question, Dr. Arlene, the text messages that you sent initially via LinkedIn, are those the realtor cold calling scripts that Mr. Bean had shared with us, or is that something else?
Mr. Bean had sent a text message series. I'm going to pull one up from my LinkedIn. Second, I've got to scroll.
And while she was finding that, when was it? What was it? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Guys, videos, just for the record, videos and scripts are for people who basically don't have a conversation. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't know how to articulate what they actually offer. Okay. Or videos are for people who you don't want to waste your time on. Okay. And so the more conversations you're actually able to have, basically have them. Get good at having these conversations. That's why we talk about being on all the presentations, being on the trainings, get this information in, and using this information in general conversations with people on a regular basis. So now all of a sudden, or using it to train your team at the same time, because the more and more you use it, the more and more you internalize it, the more and more it becomes a part of you. Next thing you know, you're walking around here sounding like Idris. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to solo, you're walking around here being able to pitch somebody like Angel or talk to a realtor like, Doc. And so you want to make sure you become the expert when it comes to your conversations. The more conversations you can have with somebody who's a professional already, who's going to judge you based on how much information you can, give them on the spot when it comes to something like that on a cold call, you're going to be judged if the person wants to tie themselves to you like that. So make sure you're able to have some strong conversations. That's why when you go in, have that intention and have that purpose and have that big claim. That way and if the big claim ain't big, make it bigger. And so if you got somebody big, well, that's great. We have people who actually own multiple brokerages and they've turned over their whole entire database to us. And these are people who are making some significant multiple 5 figures a month. And they're not doing anything. They're making their second million off of them off their brand based there. It's not like the first million. It's not hard like the first million. It's the second million. So they're making it off their brand. You have a brand. That's why you and I are talking. Okay, you have earnings on automation right here at your fingertips. Okay, and so, but Doc, I know you probably found it by now.
I did.
Just want to make sure we, I touch base on that. Be a professional, educate yourself, and I'm just tell you, you can't watch enough videos, you can't listen to enough calls, can't be on enough trainings. Be a professional, get this information in your spirit so you can have a specific conversation with a person who is looking for somebody qualified to talk to them.
So I start off with a connection. So connecting on LinkedIn. So I'll go on LinkedIn and search, especially if I'm looking for a specific location, then I'll search by that location for realtors and I'll connect with them. So sometimes I'll send a message that says, we have a few connections in common, let's connect. Or I will just connect without a message. From there, the first one Mr. Bean has is, and I tweaked it a little bit. I said, "Hi, Debbie, thrilled to connect. I believe we have a lot to offer each other and can create mutual benefits through our networking. Looking forward to exploring opportunities together." So that's the first message she'd gotten on the 25th. On the 26th, she came back. I followed up again because I hadn't heard from her. I said, "Hi, Debbie. I hope this message finds you in great health and amazing spirits. I wanted to know if you are still in real estate." The still in real estate comes directly out of the script that Mr. Bean sent us. Then from there, she was actually late responding. So she said, "Hi there. My apologies for being late. It has been super busy. Thank you so much for the connection. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and what you do. Yes, I am still in real estate." And I sent her back a message saying, "Debbie, better late than never." Again, addressing what she'd said, oh, I'm late. Hey, better late than never. That's the agreement drill, but it's the agreement drill in writing. And I said, "Awesome. Just asking because we're partnering with realtors and paying $1,000 to $3,500 to $7,000 per referral. It helps everyone with all of the commissions. It helps everyone with all of the commission changes, because remember they had commission changes in realtor that just happened. Can you and I jump on a quick call?" And she said, "Oh, wow, my week is full this week. I can squeeze a quick call in Friday at 1. Is this offer a network marketing company?" I said, "Awesome." I didn't even answer about whether it's a network marketing company. I said, "What is a good time for us to reach out?" So she came back with, "Is this a network marketing company?" I said, "It is direct sales." And she went back with, she came back and said, "Hey, I'm not looking for direct sales at this time." And what I did, but provide her with some additional information. So I actually sent her the realtor video at that point. So that's just one example of how to use that script. So even though it didn't pan out to an appointment with her, it did pan out to me being able to continue to follow up with her, because she's not looking for direct sales now, but you never know when the timing is going to be right.
And also, guys, just for the record, Doc, 2 ways you can handle this, and we'll wrap this up. We'll put a button on it. And I appreciate y'all hanging on. Success doesn't have a time limit, but or a schedule. But when a person asks you, is this network marketing, or is it direct sales? You ask them, do you like direct sales? No. Great. You're going to love this. And it's just like real estate sales, right? And so it's transactional, right? The only difference is it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to make $3,500 to $10,000 per transaction, because you already have a relationship. Okay. Don't let a person pigeonhole you in answering, says direct sales. Because remember, they don't have to know anything about a network marketing company or direct sales company. It's no different than real estate. It's transactional. And it's exactly what it is. You don't have to pitch everything we offer, right? You have people who got started, don't know anything about the benefits, the membership. You have people who are gonna get started who don't know anything about, alarm systems. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, they're gonna get started based on you paying attention to who they are and what they're asking for, what they're looking for. Right. And so again, I already know I hate the word network marketing. And y'all know that I can't stand the word network marketing. And I know most people I'm going to be communicating with, they can't stand it either. And so that's just not something. And I hear the word network marketing in any one of our presentations, I cringe. And so when people behave and present in a manner for anybody who I have in front of them and they say network marketing or treat it like it's network marketing, I cringe. And so I don't care how much money, remember, put yourself in their place. I don't care how much money you can make in network marketing. The fact is that everybody out there knows that only 95% of people in network marketing companies make the most money. Okay. That's why I always, if you hear me position ourselves, I always take the position of, and if you know anything about network marketing, when you're in network marketing, 95% of those people that are in those companies don't make money. 100% of the people who walk through these doors can make $100,000 a year or $100,000 a month without recruiting anybody. Okay? And so that's my way of saying this is not network marketing, because it's not, right? It's got a component of network marketing associated with it when it comes to the binary, the dual team payout, but that doesn't make it network marketing. Okay? But make sure, like I said, make sure you address their questions, okay, based on what you have to offer, package it and send it back out to them. So no, it's just no different than real estate. Basically it's transactional. Okay. Only difference is it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to make money on your past, present, and future books of business when it comes to your clients because they already trust you, they already like you, and they've already done business with you. So now when you tie your name to our company, which is credible, the actual installer, which is the most important piece of the puzzle, they're going to get low rates, as far as low rates, because that's built in, and we're going to be able to, just kind of, that's when you're giving them the goods. That's when you can compound the value. And that's when you now win them over. You take away all of their excuses on why they would not get on the phone with you. But that's good. So I appreciate that, Doc. And Doc, do you have a link to that? Because I don't have it right in front of me. Do you have a link to that script for the new people who may want to take a look at that?
I'll send it to you because I did type it out.
Okay, good. If you can, I was gonna say send it to me, and I'll put it in the groups as well.
Okay.
Thank you, darling. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all again hanging in here. Today, again, it was a big day for a lot of different reasons, but we got a lot of work done. We put in work. We got it out the mud today. And so next week, same time, same line, we will be working on offers next week when it comes to, that, because if you have a great offer, guys, remember the end result is what's most important. What desired result you can give a person is most important. And your offer is going to determine whether that person can see that end result, that desired result in your offer. So we'll talk about that next week, along with the PS5 scripts that we'll have out to you guys before the weekend is over. But again, next week, you know what it is, same time, same line, more people. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, Mr. Bean.
Well,
thank you.
all right, guys. Y'all good.
Thank
Thank you. Y'all have a great Saturday.
Thank you. Also,
Thank
thank you.